This is an SWX Nonstop Local sports presentation. The University of Idaho Vandals take on the UC Davis Aggies. Powered by Inland Power and Light, SWX College Football starts right now.
It is family weekend here in Moscow as the Vandal family celebrates 50 years of football here at the Kibbie Dome, and we have maybe the biggest matchup in the Big Sky Conference this week coming at you live here on SWX. College football on SWX is presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. It is the Vandals and the 12th ranked UC Davis Aggies. We'll bring you inside the broadcast booth, everybody, joined by my broadcast partner, Brian Stanley. I'm Monty Guest. Brian, this feels like a playoff game for both of these teams. You go for Idaho, they probably need to win out. This win would obviously help their resume a lot if they want to get an at-large bid. If you're UC Davis, you need to keep winning to keep pace with Montana and Montana State at the top of the conference. This is a huge game.
This is a huge game, and especially with their schedules that are coming up too, it doesn't get any easier for them. But Big Sky Game of the Week for a great reason. 12th ranked UC Davis brings an explosive offense here to the Kibbie Dome. But they're facing an Idaho team that's playing with a lot of confidence right now, a lot of momentum, especially after that big NAU win last week.
Yeah, on Halloween night last week, the Vandals went to Flagstaff and got a 35-32 win in overtime over then-ranked Northern Arizona, which was the first step in their mission, I guess you should say, to win out since that losing streak and try to make it hard on the FCS playoff selection committee. Meanwhile, UC Davis, a little bit of a trip up as they are beaten late on a long field goal by Idaho State, who got the win 38-36. So two teams, one coming in off a win, one coming in off a loss. Still a lot of quality, a lot of firepower on both these teams. I'm really excited to see what we're going to see because you don't see a ton of shootouts with Idaho, but then again, last week against NAU, that was a high-scoring game. Meanwhile, UC Davis, they typically run the points up, so it's almost like whose style is going to win out.
This certainly has a feel of an exciting game, close game, most likely a high-scoring game. So it's going to come down to a few things, and it's going to be exciting right to the end.
UC Davis won the toss, elected to defer, and the Vandals will get the ball first in those home 50th anniversary gold jerseys as Aggies are ready to kick this one away. Trace Higgins awaits to return as the Vandal family on family weekend gets into this one, and we are underway live from Moscow. Let's have some fun. Trace Higgins fields it a yard deep into his own end zone, looks for space and won't find any as he is dropped inside his own 15, and that is where the Vandals will start their first drive.
Couldn't start any better for UC Davis with coverage like that. It's tough to get anybody inside the 20-yard line, even down to the 13, and Coach Plow's already fired up on the sidelines.
So here come the Vandals, and with Joshua Wood, they are just a completely different animal. We saw in the middle of the season, part of that 4-game losing streak, how this team looks when he is not out there, but since he's been back and healthy, the numbers have jumped off the page, especially with Elisha Cummings playing the way he has. We'll tell you about him in just a moment. He will catch the first pass from Joshua Wood and look for a little bit of room. Still on his feet and gets up to around the 20-yard line. Brian, this is a running back in Elisha Cummings who has 2 straight weeks now with a running touchdown and a receiving touchdown. He's a multifaceted back.
He has provided a lot of electricity throughout his career, but the last 2 weeks have been unbelievable for him. Over 350 total yards for him, rushing and receiving.
So with that second effort, it brings it up to a second down and short. As it's Cummings who remains in the backfield. Wood to pass again, spins out to the left side, looking for someone to throw to. Now will fire out for the sidelines where Cummings has his second reception and the first Vandal first down.
And that's what Josh Wood will give you right there. I know Cummings that's his second catch of the game already early in this game. But you have Josh Wood here buying time, okay, surveying the field, kept his eyes downfield, wasn't just thinking about running, saw the open guy, moving the chains, and that's what they got to do.
That's the thing about Joshua Wood. He is very explosive with his legs, but he's selective. He'll wait and would rather fire it through the air then take off on the ground. 1st and 10 for the Vandals now across the 25. And it's the first handoff this time to Cummings, but nowhere to go this time as he's brought down by Trent Carrad.
Yeah, nice play by Carrad. You see the replay here. They ran a simple zone play, and Carrad did a nice job of backdooring it, getting upfield, and almost getting himself a tackle for loss. But good disruption by Carrad there on that inside zone play.
Goes for officially no gain. This is a UC Davis defensive front that loves to get into the backfield. We say that like every team doesn't like to do that, but it's whether or not you can or not, and they can.
That's true.
2nd and 10. Wood drops back, fires it out for the sideline where he's got Ryan Jesiaro, the freshman wide receiver, for a good gain. That'll bring it to 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd down and very manageable. And already you see in Idaho really with a little good tempo, and they're not dropping straight back to pass, patting the ball. They're getting the ball out. They're moving Josh Wood around, and they got things rolling here on 3rd and manageable.
And they keep Cummings in the backfield. Nate Azzopardi, captain left guard, communicating with Wood there. It'll be a pass on 3rd down. Pressure coming, and down goes Wood. Into the backfield quickly go the Aggies. Jacob Syke.
Jacob Syke is, what a good rush by him. Now he had a one-on-one opportunity here. I don't know how many more of those he's going to get, because in the country right now, Jacob Syke, and he's getting even better with it, 8th in the country right now in sacks and 3rd in TFLs. If Idaho's going to have to drop back and pass, they're going to have a plan for Syke all day.
Carrad also in there, and it'll be Cameron Pope, who started the season essentially as the place kicker, but has taken over for LJ Harm in the punting department and has 3 kicks already of over 50 yards. This is another one with some distance that will bounce and take a Vandal roll, go out of bounds around the 35-yard line of UC Davis. That is where the Aggies will start their first drive. So Caden Pinnock will lead this UC Davis offense out onto the field. The thing that jumps off the page to me about him, Brian, he leads the Big Sky Conference in efficiency. Very, very high completion rate, not a lot of interceptions. The yards, the touchdowns are there as well, maybe not conference leading, but he takes care of the football.
As a freshman, that's almost unheard of. And he averages almost 10 yards an attempt, which is also unheard of. Jerry Rice, recipient, may get it.
Fires, and he's got a man open. It's Samuel Batu Jr. out for a big first down all the way to midfield on the first offensive play for the Aggies.
And Batu's a guy that Idaho's going to have to watch out for. They're so tough to defend. They got a great player at quarterback, they got a great player at running back, and they have Batu out there who's been making explosive plays all year.
Coming off of a 6-reception, 112-yard performance against the Bengals of Idaho State. It's actually on the 49 on Idaho's side, and here's the handoff to Jordan Fisher, but he is met in the backfield, or maybe right at the line of scrimmage, by the quarterback, Caleb Ricks, coming up and tackling at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by Ricks, okay, with a run support here. And a little bit different tempo here you're going to see from UC Davis. There's not going to be a lot of time in between plays, and that's the way Coach Plow likes it.
2nd and 10, as Fisher was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Man in motion, handoff. Fisher looking for space up the middle, finds a little bit of room, and forward. That'll bring it down into a 3rd down and manageable.
Really good jump cut there by him. Looks like Idaho did a great job on the front side of that run, but Fisher's been doing it all year. Both running backs for UC Davis, almost 7 yards a carry on the whole season. And they're always tough to defend when they got a great running back, great wide receiver, and now you got to defend those inside runs with the run game as well.
Feels like every year UC Davis has a bell cow back that can really do a lot of damage. Vandal crowd making their presence known, and in fact, UC Davis will call their first timeout with still 10.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. A big 3rd down coming up, and maybe the Big Sky game of the week live here on SWX. No score yet at the Kibbie Dome.
Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
At Adams Tractor, we are proud to power the Northwest with Kubota, built tough and built to last. As the official partner of University of Idaho Athletics, we share the same drive, grit, and community pride that fuels the Vandals. From the field to the farm, Kubota equipment delivers performance you can count on. Adams Tractor and University of Idaho Athletics working together to keep our communities moving forward.
Starch Madness returns to Boise, Idaho this March as all 20 Big Sky Conference men's and women's basketball teams will fight for a bid to the NCAA tournament. Idaho Central Arena will host 18 games over the course of 5 days, with 2 trophies on the line. You won't want to miss a second of the action.
Fort for the win! Got it! And the 1 seed is won and done!
Tickets are on sale now at starchmadness.com.
Time for today's Keys to the Game, presented by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Brian?
Well, keys to the game here for UC Davis. They need to slow down Idaho's run game, and it's tough enough to contend with Josh Wood. Now you have Eli Cummins having 2 big games, and that's going to be tough to all the way stop. They need to slow it down, and they want to convert right here what we're looking at on 3rd down and keep that high-tempo offense on the field.
We'll revisit Idaho's keys to the game after this big 3rd down coming up on the first offensive drive for UC Davis. Caden Pinnock all by his lonesome there in the backfield. Drops back, looks over the middle, it's incomplete, and that will bring up a 4th down, but no, a late flag. This appears to be roughing the passer, which would be a 1st down for the Aggies.
I don't know if they call this on Katzer here, but that's always tough. I didn't quite see it there, but a screen play, D lineman comes free, tough to hold off on that. Looks like they got the 15-yarder here, and it looks like they're going to get a first
Roughing
down.
the passer, number 89 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That is a penalty on Matthias McLean, and it'll be a 15-yarder at that. Brings it inside. Here's another look.
Yeah, you see Matthias off the, well, that's a little touchy. Okay, that's a little bit touchy. Went a little bit high. Looks like he didn't land on him. But nowadays, I guess that's kind of the par for the course nowadays.
So it brings it up to the 28-yard line. So after Idaho was at least going to have a 4th down opportunity to get off the field, instead it's a fresh set of downs for UC Davis. And it'll be a handoff to Batu, looking for space into the 2nd level, down to the 10-yard line.
Batu again, he's one of their explosive players on UC Davis, and not only on the, in the pass game and the run game here on this fly sweep. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he plays big, and he is an explosive, electric guy, and he's also one of their kick returners today too. You got to watch out for him.
So now the Vandal defense retreating here, and looking for a stop. At least to hold UC Davis to a field goal. Aggies trying to throw the first punch here on the road. Pinnock, pressure coming, throws over the middle, got his man, and it's a touchdown with a front flip into the end zone. Ian Simpson upended as he goes into pay dirt, and it is the Aggies on the board first.
Nice play call by Coach Plow here. It looks like they're going to run an outside screen, like a smoke screen. They fake that, and they come back to the middle. Tough to defend, and well-executed play there by UC Davis.
First touchdown of the season for the senior. And now an extra point away from a 7-0 lead for the Aggies. And that penalty looks even bigger now.
Both teams last week had some issues with their special teams games, so something to look out for here. Every little block, every little point.
No issues there. 7-0 UC Davis as Caden Pinnock leads his team down the field and finds Ian Simpson for the game's first score.
For every night out, there's a sober ride home. And for every sober ride, you know who to call? The designated driver. Whether it's a ride share, the bus, or that super nice friend who's always got your back. Sober drivers get us home safe. So treat your DD to an NA drink, and let's raise a glass to the unsung heroes. Cheers to the DD.
If there's one thing Idaho's known for, it's potatoes. In fact, we love them so much they're a $1.3 billion part of who we are. So what would happen if a worm thin as a human hair wreaked havoc on our potato crop? Not on our watch. See, the University of Idaho does vital research to ensure we've got potatoes, as well as all the other great things we make in Idaho.
You in?
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
College football on SWX is presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our community since 1937. We're back here at the Kibbe Dome, where it is a 7-0 lead for UC Davis, with 9.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Get another look at the touchdown that got us here. Ian Simpson. How about the dismount as well, Brian?
Unbelievable. Good job by Simpson there. Okay, nice fake by Pinnock there on the outside. Catching the ball in some traffic there, getting over the top for the touchdown, and that's going to be a key to this game, scoring touchdowns in the red zones.
For Pinnock, it was also the 18th touchdown the redshirt freshman has thrown this season. Run up and the boot. This one looks like it will sail over the head of Trace Higgins. Vandals will take over with the touchback. Let's revisit our keys to the game. Presented by Northern Quest. We got to UC Davis. Brian, what does Idaho need to do in this game?
Well, Idaho, not a bad job, actually, first time on defense. Really, without that penalty, they're going to get out on that. But they need to limit UC Davis's explosive plays. They want to make them earn it all the way down the field. And then on third down conversions, really third down conversions has been a strength for Idaho, especially on defense. But on offense, they want to keep the chains going.
Vandals were able to move the ball somewhat on their first drive, but then a sack dropped them back and forced a punt. So they'll take over here on their second drive and start things off with a turn and a give to Elisha Cummings, who finds a little bit of room and dropped for a moderate gain.
Eli Cummings has been really busy so far. Why blame Coach Ford for doing that? They've shown a little bit of everything. 2 catches, I think now 2-3 carries. Pretty good job by UC Davis stretching that out, but a gain of 4, good start for Idaho on this drive.
Head coach Thomas Ford saying at his press conference this week that he tells Cummings that he'll play till he's tired, then he can come out, and then once he's not tired, he can go back in.
That's good advice.
2nd down. Play clock down to 10 seconds. This time a fake and thrown out. This is Jake Cox on the reception, but nowhere to go as he is quickly wrapped up and brought down by Kalani Riddick, the safety.
Nice trigger by Riddick there. Okay, nice RPO there, action here by Idaho. But Riddick, it just explodes, beats his block, goes low. Nice to open field tackle on a big guy there like Cox.
Brings it into a 3rd down and 6.
Again, you know, UC Davis has a number of pass rushers here, but big 94, Jacob Syke. Okay, I don't know if he's going to get a one-on-one opportunity this time.
Coming off the left edge of that line. Wood drops back, steps up into a collapsing pocket, looking for room, sidesteps a man, and got just enough for a 1st down. That is the danger of Joshua Wood. Just because you get into the backfield doesn't mean that the play's dead.
Way to go by Joshua Wood here. He's got his eyes downfield. He's looking at a couple reads there. Nothing's open. Moving the chains there. Good ball security. And that's the way. Idaho's just got to keep marching these things down to match UC Davis's scoring ability.
Fresh set of downs. Good crowd here at the Kibbie Dome in Moscow. Again, it is Vandal Family Weekend, and Vandals coming off of a big win last week against Northern Arizona to get some excitement back into the season. Play action fake, Wood rolling right. Fires for the sidelines, got Marquand McCraney for a 1st down. A gain of 12 yards on the first catch for McCraney.
It's the 2nd time Coach Ford and his staff and Coach Lanahan have gotten Josh Wood on the move there. That also kind of negates some of the pass rush abilities by the UC Davis's defensive line, and Idaho's got things rolling.
What a few couple games for Marquand McCraney ever since really that breakout performance against Eastern Washington where he had 7 receptions for over 100 yards. He's really been, Wood, one of his go-to receivers, especially with some of the injuries through the receiver room. Ball just 1 yard on the Vandals side of midfield, and now they'll be backed up even farther as swarming to the football were the Aggies that time, and Elisha Cummings had nowhere to go. Nate Rachenna there first.
Good job by Rachenna there, getting upfield and making a play here, and Eli Cummings got nowhere to go on that play. He actually avoided 2 tackles, okay, before he even got to him. And there's Syke again, kind of causing some problems.
He's kind of everywhere.
He's when he's not making tackles or sacks, he's disrupting up front.
So now backed up behind the sticks on a 2nd and 12 come the Vandals. Fake throw over the middle. It's caught by McCraney for another 1st down.
Got a little run pass option here, okay, and it's like a play action pass, but it's almost like a pass run option. And got the one-on-one on the slant there, and Josh Wood put it right on the money. Nice catch, nice throw.
Redshirt freshman from the Seattle area, really having a good back half of the season after fighting for that playing time in the 1st half. He has inserted himself into Matt Linehan and head coach Thomas Ford Jr.'s offense. Vandals now into Aggie territory. And they'll go back to the ground here. Cummings trying to spin, trying to find room, but not a lot of it up front. This UC Davis defense, especially up the middle there, just so many players. That was Rain Mayo Jr.
And UC Davis has done a really good job. Credit their staff, credit their players. They gave up a lot of rushing yards, at least so far in this game. They gave up a lot of rushing yards to Idaho State. And now Cummings has gotten a few carries, but really he's had to break tackles. They got everything shored up so far, at least in this 1st quarter in the run game, and that's going to be a big deal for UC Davis.
Second down for Idaho. Wood rolling right, looking, is going to throw this one just a bit high and incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down. Had a man near the sideline, but it was going to be a tough throw with the pressure right on him.
Well, Idaho, and again, Idaho's offensive staff hopes we don't keep mentioning this guy's name, but 94, we seem to mention him, Jacob Syke, about once every 2 plays. Fought through a double team here, really provided the pressure that caused Josh Wood to not complete that pass.
It was Trenton Swanson, perhaps the intended receiver there. So now a 3rd and 10 for the Vandals at the 37-yard line. Wood well protected this time. Pressure coming late. Pump fakes, gets away from a man. Trying to make some magic happen. Throws. And it is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Heck of an effort there by Joshua Wood, but the Aggie defensive backs staying with all their receivers downfield on the scramble drill.
And this is going to be decision time here for Idaho. They're kind of in that range there that this is an awful long field goal. Now, Idaho would like this to be a little bit more manageable, okay, but 4th down and 10. In this situation, what you have to watch out for is really a hard count as well. Try to get them to jump off sides. They may even take a delay a game if they have to punt the ball. But 4th down and 10. Here we go from the 38.
They will snap the ball. Wood all day to throw. Still looking. Now he's just going to try and pick it up with his legs. Falls forward a yard short, and that is where UC Davis will take over. Nobody open downfield. The Aggies able to stay strong on defense, and that is where they will take over, leading 7-0 here with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter in Moscow. We've got college football for you here on SWX.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Thank you, NorCal. Thank you for always being first class and routinely flying it. Thank you for the early flights and the red eyes. Thank you for pushing us to get better, to do things differently, and for making Northern California the incredible region it's become. It's been a trip. Now, who's ready for the next leg?
College football on SWX is brought to you in part by Findlay Downtown Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Findlay.
Yeah, just wanted to mention on that last play, you certainly can't blame Idaho for going for this. I think it surprised UC Davis up front that they actually snapped the ball. But you got to give UC Davis's defensive backfield a lot of credit. They had to stay on those on their coverage there for a good 5-6 seconds, and that's also a group that has been suffered a few injuries there. So a lot of credit to their secondary on that play.
So the Aggie offense takes over around the Vandal 30-yard line, I should say the UC Davis 30-yard line. After going 5 plays, 66 yards, and a touchdown on their first drive. Here's a handoff and a little bit of room for Jordan Fisher to go forward for about 8 yards on the first play of this drive.
Yeah, a good run there to start off the drive. You're going to see a little different tempo here out of UC Davis than you do Idaho. Ref puts the ball down, okay, Coach Plow and Pinnock, they want to get this thing going.
And Pinnock by himself, he's got 3 wide receivers down at the bottom of your screen, way out near the boundary. And he will throw that way. This one's hauled in, and with just enough for a first down, staying on his feet momentarily was Zach Jones, his first reception, and a first down for UC Davis.
Good pursuit there by Hepron there to limit that to a short play. But again, here comes the tempo again. They want to keep those chains rolling. And so far, I think Idaho's handling it good, and they're getting in their stances, and they've been ready to go.
Handoff, Fisher looking for room, but he's dropped by the ankles as chasing him down was Isaiah King.
Good job by King on the backside here. Isaiah King, one of Idaho's really best defenders. He's a guy they're going to bring off the edge. He's a backer, but great recognition and great hustle down the line there. Goes low and makes a big play on that. Nice job by King on that play.
Preseason All Big Sky selection has made the media look pretty smart as they've really relied on him on defense. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. A 7-0 UC Davis lead. Aggies back out there for their second drive. Here's Pinnock, throws back into the teeth of the defense, but's got his man for a big pickup and another first down, and that was Batu again.
Yeah, that looked like a little Mahomes in there, a little bit of a sidearm pass, almost backwards towards the middle of the field. Usually a no-no, but he put it right on the money, and it continued with his tempo now.
Again, just a redshirt freshman is Pinnock. He doesn't play like one. Fires this one over the middle where he's got a man with a lot of forward momentum and another first down, and that's Simpson who had the touchdown on the first drive.
So impressive by Pinnock being a young guy and putting up these stats, but also running an offense to where he's guiding everybody, getting everyone lined up, and now they got 4 receivers up top here. Let's see what they have.
He drops back to pass. Now takes off. He was actually so stationary, I thought the play was blown dead. He'll turn it into a gain of a couple yards.
Third leading rusher as well, and really Pinnock is at his most dangerous is when he's buying time and surveying the field. But again, they're making him earn it, and right now tempo seems to be a little bit of an issue as Idaho's trying to substitute their guys in and out and keep them fresh up front.
Handoff up the middle. And another first down as UC Davis is really moving the ball at will outside of a couple of plays here on this drive.
Yeah, and you see Idaho constantly, which is a smart move by their defensive staff, trying to keep the guys fresh up front here. And whatever happens here, they want to run tempo, but see UC Davis, when they substitute guys, they actually have to allow Idaho to substitute guys, and they're taking full advantage of that, and they're also taking their time as well, so they want to slow down the tempo that they want to run.
2 tight ends in the game for UC Davis. A bit of a counter look that time as now a flag comes in late, and it appears we might have our first penalty on the Aggies as that was a handoff to Kayasea.
UC Davis right now is showing Idaho just about everything. They're showing them different personnels, different sets, shifts, motions with their tempo, and although Idaho's giving up some yardage here for
Personal
sure,
foul.
they have yet to give up that big explosive play.
Defense.
So let's see what this call is here.
To the goal,
face mask on the
automatic
defense.
first
My
down.
apologies. Came from the area. I thought there might have been a hold or maybe even some kind of movement before the snap, but instead they get Donovan Parham for a face mask, and oh yeah,
And
definitely.
He certainly did. We didn't catch that up front, but if you're going to get it, I guess you're going to get it good, and certainly a 15-yarder there.
And that brings it inside the 10, so now it's 1st and goal for UC Davis. In the final minute here of the first quarter, a chance to go up 2 scores. Pinnock, pressured, throws for the end zone. It's caught by Batu, and another UC Davis touchdown. They have raced out to an early lead in Moscow.
Batu again, he's been very involved in this game, but down here inside the 10-yard line, Coach Plow, really pulls out everything that he has, faking a toss, faking a screen, throwing it back, well-designed plays and very tough to defend.
Extra point here in just a moment. Batu came in tied for the lead in the Big Sky in receiving touchdowns. He has now just taken the solo lead with now 8 on the season. And it gives UC Davis, helps give them a 14-0 lead here. And you get another look here, Brian.
Yeah, again, the play fake there. They got great pressure. And again, give credit to Pinnock of standing in there as a young guy and throwing a dart out there to Batu. But, it feels like right now you don't want to never hit panic buttons. You never do anything like that. But it feels like Idaho now needs to match okay, and needs to counter this, because this UC Davis is, you know, I know we talked about it earlier, partner, but you have a great quarterback, you have an explosive running back, you have an explosive wide receiver, and you run tempo. Very, very tough to stop at times, and you don't want to get too far behind on something like that. So it feels like Idaho, they've been running the ball, they've been really slowly moving it down, some drives stalled out. There might be a shot, some kind of explosive play and something downfield here maybe on this drive.
Isaac Mancera on to kick it away for the Aggies with 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter at the Kibbie Dome. And this is a boot that will go over the head of Trace Higgins. And so the Vandals will now come out for their third drive. Still looking for their first points. Really moved the ball well, Brian, on the last drive. Unfortunately, though, it stalled out, and despite a great effort from Joshua Wood, really hard to pick up. Before it was a 4th and 10, it was a 3rd and 10 the play previous.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a big deal here for Idaho, and we got to get something, or Idaho's got to get something going on this drive. And it feels like Idaho has been setting up something, maybe like we talked about, maybe to take a shot and go downfield here. Let's see what happens.
First play of the drive, fake handoff, Wood out to his receiver, and that'll be a short pickup on first down, a gain of about 6 yards.
Great way to start off the drive for Idaho. A little misdirection here again.
That's Chance Bogan.
Yep. Good job. Looks like about a gain of 7 yards. And again, it's always smart to get a great athlete like Josh Wood on the move against this great UC Davis pass rush. And 2nd and 3 always leads itself to a chance to take a shot downfield and a good chance to get a first down.
Got to try and stay out of the 3rd and 4th and long situations. And now this will probably be the end of the quarter. So that is how the first quarter goes in the books. A 14-0 lead for UC Davis on the road. Vandals on offense when we return here. College football, a big game in the Big Sky here on SWX.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Basketball fans, Starch Madness is back, returning to downtown Boise in Idaho Central Arena this March 7th to 11th.
Up with Montana and up to the NCAA tournament.
Experience Boise's vibrant downtown with walkable restaurants, hotels, and championship basketball. Make your travel plans today at visitboise.com or by scanning this QR code. March starts in Boise.
Thank you for calling in. I'm glad that you're taking this step in quitting tobacco. My name is Alejandro.
The quit line has a massive impact on quit rate.
I'm glad you reached out. You called the right place.
Somewhere around 500 to 600,000 people have quit by using our services. The best thing about the quit line is that it's free. Give us a call.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go online and sign up for free support.
Hey, you looking for Idaho? You like Idaho?
Idaho shoestrings, Idaho crisp cut, Idaho russets.
Patatas bravas, potato pie, potato poutine.
Does this say I don't know?
I don't know. You a cop?
Hey, Al Grattan, get some fries with that shake?
Potato puffs, potato poppers. It's a new thing.
I got baked. I got twice baked. I got Idaho shoestring. I got Idaho crinkle cut. I got Idaho waffle fries. How about some Hasselbeck, sir? Some wedges?
May I look for some thoughts?
UC Davis makes the world a better place in so many ways. What? Name one? We'll give you 5. We practically invented the plug-in hybrid. We've treated burnt animals with bandages made of fish skin. Prohibition almost killed California wine. We brought it back. We developed the world's first whole-body scanner. In this unassuming building, a 20th century art movement was born. From the cars you drive to the wine you drink, it's all in a day's work at UC Davis.
Today's coverage of college football on SWX is brought to you in part by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Back here on a beautiful fall day in Moscow, Idaho, where it is the UC Davis Aggies on the road, but on top of the scoreboard, 14-0 after one quarter here. Idaho Vandals on offense facing the second down as we start this second quarter. Fake handoff from quarterback Joshua Wood, pressured, throws it deep downfield, and it is caught! Michael Graves, the big play receiver with the biggest of the season.
Guess what? The doctor ordered for Idaho right there. That was the first look when they brought a two running back set in on play action, got some protection. Idaho looks like there's going to be a penalty on this in terms of maybe a celebration penalty. But it just felt like a ticking time bomb. Idaho was really conservative, and great job by their offensive staff, dialing up a one-on-one situation there, and what a throw and catch there by Josh Wood.
Absolutely. Michael Graves has now just 4 receptions on the season, but 2 of them have gone for touchdowns, and his yards per catch would lead the Big Sky if he had enough receptions to qualify. I mean, you want to talk about your weapon X, someone you go to when you need a big play. It's number 1 in gold.
Good guy to do it. A way to go up and catch the ball. And the coverage was pretty good. You got to give UC Davis. I mean, it was a one-on-one situation, and the rush didn't quite get there. It's going to put him in a tough spot.
The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Officially a 68-yard touchdown, plus some extracurriculars. We'll sort that out here coming up. There were multiple flags thrown. There you see Joshua Wood. For him, it was the 13th touchdown pass of the season. Extra point to make it a 7-point game is up and through. And that will send us to a 14-7 ball game. Joshua Wood letting it rip deep. And Michael Graves running underneath it for the touchdown.
Great throw, great catch again, and great job by the staff putting him in that position.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder.
The secret to happiness is discovering your spot. It could be over the mountain or deep beneath the stream, in a quiet place, in a wild place. The question is, where does your spot take you? Pocatello, life is good here.
80 years. That's a lot of stories. Stories of first steps and first checkups. Of an Idaho invention that opened up new terrain. Of fishtails and dad jokes. Of frozen potatoes. As Idaho's first health insurer, Blue Cross of Idaho was there for you then. We're here for you now, and we'll be there for every story to come.
We never set out to be the largest casino resort in the Pacific Northwest.
We just wanted to be the best. But we forgot that being the best means more guests wanting more action, more jackpots, more big-name entertainment, more pedicures. Well, more everything. Until one day, you look up and realize, we need a new hotel tower. The new River Tower, to be exact. Northern Quest in Spokane, Washington. Now the largest. And yes, still the best.
College football on SWX is brought to you in part by Titan Truck Equipment, Northwest family owned. Outfit your truck by visiting us in Spokane Valley, and follow Titan Truck on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Back here at the Kibby Dome, fans have something to put their hands together for as Joshua Woodbrine just let this one rip. You gotta see this throw.
What a great job, too, keeping his eyes downfield, and you couldn't put it more on the money. Again, the coverage was there, but when a quarterback wide receiver makes a catch like that, it's just almost impossible to stop in a one-on-one situation. And certainly that got this crowd back into this game now. And unfortunately, Idaho's got to kick it off from the 20-yard line. And this is going to be a big series for Idaho's defense.
Yeah, you're just hoping to kick this one as far as you can. It does back the returner up inside the 15. And looking for room around the sideline. And so all the way up to the 40 on the nice return there by the return man up to the 40-yard line. So now if you're the Vandal defense, you have to contend with a shorter field and an offense that has good field position. But if you can get some kind of stop, turnover, of course a punt, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, because so far UC Davis has really just kind of moved methodically down the field on their first couple drives.
They certainly have, and it's not like, again, any big plays, but methodically they're moving down. I don't even know if they've been in a third down situation other than that one screen to get the penalty on. Court Dennison, the defensive coordinator, is not afraid to bring pressure, and he might start going to some of that stuff to get some more explosive plays here on defense.
I believe that was Zach Jones on the return. Here's the fake by Pinnock. Vandals send pressure late, and down he goes. Able to stick the football right back out to the line of scrimmage, but there is a penalty flag down on the field.
Yeah, good rush here, okay, by on the backside, and got a couple guys there from Idaho, but let's see what the penalty in here lies.
Here's our referee once again, Kelly Holman.
Holding number 22 of the defense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the Vandals came into this game not a team that typically hurt themselves with penalties, averaging just over 5 a game and about 45 yards a game. But so far early in this contest, the penalties have really been setting the Vandals back. So after the penalty, 1st and 10, here's a handoff to Batu, who has the touchdown through the air, this time on the ground. Goes forward into Idaho territory.
Second rush for Batu there at wide receiver on that jet sweep right there. And that actually is an option play. Really good hustle on the backside, but again, another 5-6 yard gain on first down. And you're almost thinking maybe UC Davis is in a position here to take a shot downfield as well.
Looking like they're going to bring the pressure. Pinnock, solitary man in the UC Davis backfield, looks towards the sideline. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. And there'll be another timeout taken by the Aggies here. Maybe some wires got crossed there, and head coach Tim Plow does not want to get this offense off the roll that they are currently on. We'll take a break and come back. Early in the second quarter, a 14-7 ball game here at the Kibby Dome.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
Hey, grab me one too.
In the heart of Montana's untamed wilderness, a legend is brewing. Jeremiah Johnson Brewing, the official beer of the Big Sky Conference. Brewed with the rugged spirit of the West. Jeremiah Johnson is simply a world-class, straightforward, no-nonsense beer. Do well.
Starch Madness returns to Boise, Idaho this March as all 20 Big Sky Conference men's and women's basketball teams will fight for a bid to the NCAA tournament. Idaho Central Arena will host 18 games over the course of 5 days, with 2 trophies on the line. You won't want to miss a second of the action.
Dykstra is going to take it herself. Dykstra with the miss and the
Tickets are on sale now at starchmadness.com.
College football on SWX is presented in part by P1FCU. Are you looking for a free checking account? P1FCU's Ascend Checking is free checking that can earn you dividends. Open your account at p1fcu.org. Out of the timeout, a second down play is a handoff to Jordan Fisher, who's cut down near the line of scrimmage, and Isaiah King once again leading the charge into the backfield.
Isaiah King, that's a big tackle for loss right there by him. Good job setting the edge here by the defensive end as well, making a cutback to him. And that's a tackle for loss. Big 3rd down and 7 here.
Vandals have not been able to get UC Davis off the field without points in this game so far. Pinnock drops back, pressured, throws, and it is caught. No, incomplete. Second ref comes in and says it hit the turf. And that would cause a UC Davis punt, I would think.
Coach Dennison had enough of that. He's going to bring up 6 here. He's going to get a free runner, a big D tackle as well. Nice job by Pinnock, actually putting it in a good spot. I don't think they're going to review that one. That's going to be bobbled, and here comes the punt team for UC Davis. Big play by Idaho's defense.
Absolutely. It was Sam Brown, amongst others, really putting the pressure on. And so here comes the first punt of the day from UC Davis. That's Dylan Morrow out there. And it's a fake, reverse, and it's Batu, and he's got the first down. Wow, exactly the time you want to call a fake punt, right when you think a defense is feeling accomplished, going to the sideline, feeling like they've got to win. They got to go right back out there now, just not far away from the red zone.
That's a really good design play. And just looking at that, I think Idaho was actually in punt safe as well, and that just tells you how well of a design play. You see fake punts, you see how many times you see a fake punt that has a reverse on it as well. Of course, you have Batu there, who's now carried the ball as many times as any running back has, and he just outran the edge. That's a nice call by UC Davis.
Yeah, you get another look at it here. How about the punter going out there and trying to throw a lead block as well?
Yeah, he wanted some too as well.
So now back out there on offense is the UC Davis squad. Pinnock with time, still looking, pressured late. All day for Caden Pinnock, and now will be pushed out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage by King, but just did not want to force that ball. That's probably part of the reason why he has such a high efficiency. A 2-yard loss there, but it's not disaster.
Super smart by him. There's nothing to open. Credit Idaho's secondary for holding their coverage that long.
Absolutely.
And then King has had enough here, and he gets it. Actually, that's going to be credited with a sack for King, so that's 2 plays now behind the line of scrimmage for King on the same drive, in fact.
Yeah, credit by the Vandal defense, especially when a quarterback's running around to not get out of position and get flagged for a pass interference or a hold. 5 on the play clock now. Players still moving around up there for the Aggies. They get the throw off in time, and this is Stacey Dobbins with his first catch today. Forward for a gain of about 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Right to Idaho's defense, that's always a disappointment when you think they're off the field. All of a sudden they have a fake. Now they're in another 3rd down and 8 situation here. But this may be considered 2nd and 8 because they're kind of in that 4-down territory, so they may have to play 2 more snaps.
Pinnock throws. He's got his man Simpson, but right there for the tackle is the safety Matt Irwin, and that will bring up 4th down. Gains a yard or two, and Tim Platt will send the field goal unit out.
He's a good one too. Again, Coach Dennison brings 6, gets the ball out of his hand. Let the outside guy go this time as far as the free runner. Gave him enough time to complete it. And I tell you, the kicker here for UC Davis is a really good one. This is close to his long on the year. Almost perfect on the season. Had 1 block last year, but really he's only missed 1 all season.
Hunter Ridley from 45 yards out, plenty of leg, and it is no good. And so the Vandals do get their stop. It took a little longer than they expected, but the Idaho offense coming out when we come back. 14-7, still time in the first half. Motorsports, located in Hayden, Idaho. Inner Demon Sports, powered by Heatercraft, will keep you warm in your UTV or boat year-round. Back here on the Palouse inside the Kibbe Dome, it is a 14-7 lead for UC Davis over the Idaho Vandals, who come back out on offense after scoring on the explosive play from Michael Graves their last time touching the football, and then forcing a stop and a missed field goal from the Aggies just moments ago. Austin Getz, Brian Strandley joining you on the broadcast today here on SWX. Brian, what do you want to see out of the Vandals? Because while they did get on the board on their last drive, it wasn't a long sustained drive, only a 2-play drive. You almost would like to see maybe a little bit more methodical and give your defense a little bit of a breather.
I was going to say, I think the defense would love to see that, the same thing, and grind out a few first downs and give him a little bit of a blow against that high-tempo offense.
Joshua Wood pulls it on the fake, but doesn't really have anywhere to run to, as it was once again Riddick getting to him. Wood able to get a yard out of it.
Yeah, UC Davis, I know it's still early in this game, but you know, in terms of giving up over close to 250 yards rushing against Idaho State, there really hasn't been anything in the run game, Idaho, that as far as the rush game there so far in this game. And they've made the correct adjustments so far, and it looks like Idaho may have to make a few adjustments on their own to get that run game going.
Yeah, it felt like that performance was really kind of an outlier, as the Aggie defense against the run came in about middle of the pack, 6th in the Big Sky. Wood will step up and go through a hole, and has got the first down. It certainly helps when you have a quarterback that can also run the football.
It certainly does. Nice job by Josh Wood there, moving the chains and not just sliding after about 6 yards here. That would have given him a 3rd down here. He continues to tuck this in, split a couple defenders, get a first down. Nice work.
This time he drops back to pass again. Sets up, throws. And looking high for Ryan Jesiaro, not quite able to handle it, but it harmlessly falls incomplete out of bounds.
First time Coach Ford actually ran a little bit of a tempo on offense there themselves, hoping to catch UC Davis, you know, off of schedule on that, but everything was covered, and a good start for UC Davis there to get him in the second long.
There you get a look at first-year head coach Thomas Ford Jr. back here at Idaho after being an assistant on then head coach Jason Eck's staff. 8 on the play clock here for the Vandals. And a turn, a give this time. This is Nate Thomas running the football for the first time today. A big carry down into Aggie territory to the 40.
Great run by Nate Thomas. Really our first look, his second snap of the game. He was on that play action as a decoy, but really made two guys miss there, and Idaho's biggest run of the game without a doubt.
And he'll go to the sideline after that pickup. And Cummings comes back in. Running backs aplenty here in Moscow, and we haven't even yet got to see the Homedale Hammer Hayden Kincheloe yet. 1st and 10, Wood. This is a reverse, and this is Nolan McWilliams going the other way with room to run. Bounces off of tacklers, got a first down inside the 30.
Nice play fake there and innovation there and keeping UC Davis. They've been pursuing hard on the backside and making a lot of plays in the run game. So throw them a little misdirection here and a good job here getting a good 12, 13-yard gain on that.
Well drawn up by offensive coordinator Matt Linehan. 1st and 10, handoff to Eli Cummings, and he'll follow forward carrying tacklers down inside the 25.
Idaho's starting to show some signs now of getting one of their strengths, their run game involved, and that's going to be big for Idaho. And again, you're in a situation here, you know, second down, it looks like about 40 yards. Maybe that could be that play action, take that shot, and take a shot in the end zone right now.
Credit the Vandals for sticking with it, both the offense and defense after falling behind 14-7. Still a lot of game to go, but that could have gotten out of hand quickly. Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Wood rolls right, looks, fires for the sideline, and it is caught! Ryan Jesiaro drags the 1 foot near the sideline and hauls in the catch.
He sure did. Boy, you put it right on the sidelines there. That was almost a very high toe tap here. And again, getting Wood on the out of the pocket. They've done this whole game. Wow. What a terrific catch there by him and keeping that toe down. Almost like he had a double tap the same foot on that one.
The redshirt freshman with a great grab. And that brings the Vandals to another 1st and 10 inside the 15 as they're trying to tie this one up here late in the first half. Handoff, Cummings with room. Eli Cummings makes a move, and this could be coming back due to a flag. He's out of bounds at the 5, but that flag came in from the sideline. We might have a hold on the boundary.
It looks like it. That looks like the only call they might make here, but again, great run, great play design there, regardless of what that final call is. But this is going to knock this back most likely into probably a first down and 12 or 13 situation. Doesn't sound like the crowd agrees, Austin, on that call. I haven't seen surprisingly, I haven't seen the review here, but.
Well, we told you the Vandals came in averaging just over 5 penalties a game. That is now their 5th penalty of this game. As here you see, you don't really see it from that angle, but it backs him up to a 1st and 16 now as it came from before the sticks. This throw is incomplete, but there's the flag. The coverage was there a little bit early to Michael Graves, so that will be...
They may pick up this flag, believe it or not. I'm not sure what they called, but the one thing is the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so if this was pass interference, the referees, what they're going to do is they're going to converse here and say, now, was that done before the ball was tipped, or was it done before it's after? They may pick it up, and if they do, I don't think this Vandal crowd here is going to be very, very pleased with that. But let's see.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped by the defense.
It wasn't much, but it looks like, you know, a defensive lineman, I didn't catch the number, but got his big hand on it. Let's take a look at it here.
There really isn't much protest from Thomas Ford Jr. on that far sideline either. Oh yeah, there it was. Oh, this is a reviewable play. Unless they're looking at something else. I did not know that this was a reviewable play.
I've watched a lot of football.
It did look clearly tipped there on the replay that we just saw. So unless they're looking for something else.
And I'm with you, partner. I've watched a lot of football. I've never seen a review on a tip ball, but I guess if you could review, you almost review just about everything now. But I don't think those cameras are going to be out there that long.
Right.
With the head ref here, I don't see that happening. And, this looks like it's going to be. This looks like it's going to be a second 15 situation, unless there's something else that we didn't see on that play.
So there's just over 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Even though the kicking situation has been up and down for the Vandals this year, they really seem to have it sorted out with Owen Adams now. Of course, his biggest kick coming last week against Northern Arizona to force overtime. You would think this would be within his range if the Vandals don't pick up any more yards, but then again, this could be second down coming up and you still have a chance to pick up the first down if not score.
Without a doubt. And really one of the keys of the game, you know, when we looked at the keys of the game earlier in one of the graphics, you know, it's just worded a little bit differently, but the big deal is Idaho, when they get in the red zone, they want to score touchdowns to keep up with this
second down.
Offense.
So they said the review was upheld, so they must have been looking to see if that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. You'll see here, it does look like it was. Yeah, you see that ball change trajectory and the way it's coming out of the hand right there. So it did look like it was tipped. So good job by this officiating crew to get together, like you were saying, Brian.
At that point, all bets are off.
Again, after originally throwing that flag, still more to talk about. So after all that, it is 2nd and 16. And this Vandal crowd growing more and more restless. Joshua Wood drops back, throws, might have a man, just underthrew him a little bit, and it's incomplete. There in coverage was Jackson Sievers, and I think if Wood leads Elisha Cummings there, that might have been a touchdown.
It looked like it, maybe just slightly underthrown. That was one of the rare blitzes that they brought, so that's a matchup out there that Idaho will take every time, and something they took advantage of, especially last week, you know, but pretty good coverage there. Throw just a little bit underthrown in that case.
So it brings up 3rd and 16. Wood drops back and looks like they're going to run for the quarterback draw. Joshua Wood looking for space. He's up near the first down marker. Not quite there yet. But now the decision whether to kick or go for it is much more difficult.
You're looking at 4th and 3 here now. If you're facing a team that doesn't, on the other sidelines, that doesn't score a lot of points, it's pretty much going to kick a field goal. But UC Davis, that explosive offense, you certainly can't blame Coach Ford for going for it here, and that's exactly what they're going to look like they're going to do.
I wonder if you run up your formation. If you don't like the look, you can call a timeout, but we'll see. Vandals have gone for it once on 4th in this game already.
You got to be thinking getting them on the move here a little bit.
They're going for it. Joshua Wood looking for space, trying to get outside, throws for the end zone. Caught! But a flag late. And this might come back, as I'm not sure if Nolan McWilliams was in bounds the entire time, and if he went out of bounds or pushed off, this could be coming back. There is a referee an official without their hat on. That typically signals that a wide receiver goes out of bounds, and therefore he cannot be the first one to touch the ball after he comes back inbounds.
I don't think we're going to see that on the replay. Great job by Josh Wood, though, again, buying time, and that puts a lot of pressure on the secondary and put a throw right on the money. It looks like that's the case. If they knock him back at this point, you got to be thinking Idaho's
illegal touching, number 11 of the offense. He went out of bounds on his own and was first to touch the ball. That's a loss of down.
Oh.
Ball goes over on downs, first down.
That is a tough break for the Vandals, as it will now be UC Davis ball About the only positive is that it's on their own 7-yard line, but a brutal turn of events there, as what you thought you had a touchdown instead not only gets taken off the board, but you give the ball over to UC Davis.
That's right. That's right. But Idaho's defense right now has got to have some confidence. It's almost like they stopped them twice, stopped UC Davis twice on the last drive, and let's see if they continue to bring pressure, which they've had trouble handling right now.
Pinnock throws, and he's got his man, Batu again, and that quickly gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone with a first down almost out to the 20.
Yeah, we're going to see those run-pass options out of Coach Plow's offense all game long here, and the thing is, he puts it right on the money. He puts it low and away from the defender. Very tough to stop.
And he has started off 9 for his first 10. The only incompletion coming up on that third down before the fake punt. Handoff here for Fisher, who bounces away from a couple tackles, but not able to get away from Zach Lustig.
Still looks like about a gain of about 4 yards here, which is a little bit of an improvement. Okay, and they're making UC Davis certainly earn this, and haven't seen that big explosive play out of UC Davis. You got to credit Idaho's defense for not allowing something like that so far.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Remember, UC Davis will receive to open the second half. Pinnock throws deep down the middle of the field, overthrows everybody. Closest person to it was actually Lustig, who almost could have chased that down for an arm punt.
That's right. It's almost like you can almost feel it up here. They're going to take a chance. They're going to take a chance. Great job, though. The difference was is Coach Dennison brought a corner blitz and really forced him to, maybe speed that throw up a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Huge, huge third down here on 3rd down and 6.
Vandal crowd once again getting into it. Play clock down to 5. Down to 2, and the Aggies just had to use their final timeout of the first half to avoid a delay of game. So perhaps this Vandal crowd, Brian, affecting the communication there between the Aggies and the sideline.
It looks like Coach Plow loves to get up there, and they like to hard count and see what maybe blitz is coming, and then they relay that information back to the sidelines. But the Idaho crowd certainly helped out, and the communication forced them to call a timeout. Coach Plow has no problem with that, because this is right now, as you look at it, one of the bigger third downs of the first half here for sure.
No question. If you're the Vandals and can force a punt here, you get it back and would think you'd have pretty reasonable field position and a better part of 4 minutes to work with. The Vandals, meanwhile, have all 3 of their timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. UC Davis now will be out of chances to stop the clock other than the 2-minute timeout and getting out of bounds.
3rd down and 6 here. Most likely this is going to be some kind of a drop back. And at least on the last 3-4 situations that we've watched in these cases, is Coach Dennison has got him up there. He's getting the ball out of his hands. Let's see if he does that same thing, maybe bluff it out of there. If it's a 4-man rush, you got to watch for number 89, McLean, on the pass rush, one of their better guys. And they've yet to get Pinnock on the ground yet in terms of a sack. Let's see if they got here. They're showing that same look as we're looking at right now. 6 up.
Drop back, flares out to Fisher, looking for space, finds some. Jordan Fisher bursts through tacklers and over midfield. Wow. A pass that really kind of went backwards, had you looking at even longer than 3rd and 6, ends up a massive gain.
Looks like they were there to make the play, but a late block there really helped him out. And that's UC Davis's most explosive play of the game, and here comes their tempo.
They go up quick, play action. Pinnock directing traffic as he'll run this one and go out of bounds at about the 35, and good for another first down.
Looks like he was looking downfield maybe to finish the deal there, but again, Idaho secondary did a good job latching onto their guys. And now this is Idaho. If you watch this is a little bit of a counter, okay, to their tempo. If you're going to sub, we're going to sub, and the referee has to hold the ball and slow them down just a little bit.
Clock's ticking down, close to 4 minutes remaining. Here's a handoff up the middle. Drop for a short gain. That was Osia on the carry.
So
and actually, the previous play, sorry, Brian, was not a first down on the pickup from Pinnock, but that last carry was. Sorry, go ahead, partner.
Absolutely, partner. And it looks like it's funny how a fast-tempo team tends to slow down in these situations because they want to use a little bit of clock as well. So we'll see how that turns out.
Pinnock, and it's another handoff to Batu, looking for space, bounces it outside, and's got the first down. But now a very late flag comes in. We're still waiting to see the first penalty against UC Davis. Could we have it here, or would this go against the Vandals again?
It was late. I don't know if that hit was out of bounds. We'll probably see this on the. No, it's going to be a holding.
The offense, 10-yard penalty.
And it is the first penalty against the Aggies. It'll back them up. Similar situation to the holding penalty we saw in the last drive for the Vandals. It doesn't back him up too much from the original line of scrimmage as it came downfield, but there you see it locked in. I believe that was Deuce Blenman trying to get in on the tackle and was.
Looks like 24 UC Davis. Gets out there, got his hands outside a little bit.
Yeah, that was Scott Nixon on the hold that time. First down, throw over the middle is Batu again. And he's up for another first down for the Aggies. The Vandals right now with no answer for number 8.
Yeah, he's both in the run and pass game right now. He's it looks to be he's almost the leading rusher and receiver at the same time here this game. They're going to keep feeding him unless Idaho has an answer and is able to stop him.
He's already over 100 all-purpose yards, 5 receptions now, and 4 carries on the ground.
UC Davis in no hurry here in this case, which is rare. They want to burn some of that clock off a little bit if they can.
Empty backfield for Pinnock. Play clock down to 5. Vandals don't send pressure. He takes a shot for the end zone, and it is broken up. Deuce Blenman in coverage as he was looking for Batu.
Coach Tennyson showing that 6-up look, and actually he dropped a lot of guys. He dropped only ended up rushing 3 and playing coverage. Really good call there by Idaho's defensive staff.
Deuce Blenman, top cornerback for the Vandals. Another play in coverage. Stops the clock, 2:24 remaining. Remember, there will be the 2-minute timeout coming up. Pinnock with the quarterback draw with room to run, and he'll score! Wow, a Houdini act there, disappearing out from the middle of all those gold jerseys. And the redshirt freshman with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, 3rd touchdown of the game for UC Davis.
That 6-up look has been a great look for Idaho. Has given UC Davis a lot of problems. The only problem with that, if you break through that first wave, there's really nobody else there to help out. But a really athletic play by Pinnock. You got to give him a lot of credit on that, breaking a tackle and making a couple guys miss.
Now that is a 94-yard touchdown drive. And with the extra point up and through, it is a 21-7 lead. Boy, you want to talk about swings. If you're the Vandals, you think that you're an extra point away from tying the game. Instead, just a couple of minutes of game time later, you're down to a 2-score margin again.
That's one of the biggest swings you could ever have. It's almost worse than a turnover. They take the touchdown away, and just because of maybe of a couple inches there of stepping somebody out of bounds, and then the counter there by UC Davis. But the good news is they're moving the ball, and they do have, I believe they have all their timeouts left.
Yes.
And you're looking at 2:17 plus the 2-minute, what do we call it now?
Timeout.
It's a 2-minute timeout.
The NFL would get very upset if you call it the 2-minute warning.
Gotcha. Could get fined on something like that.
Correct.
The bottom line, they're going to get one that stops at the 2. So Idaho really doesn't have to be in a super hurry-up mode here. There has to be some urgency, but they pretty much can run their offense that they've been running all throughout the game here. They got one last possession here before half.
Run up and the kick. Higgins looked like he might have a chance at this one. He instead will let it fall, and that will be a touchback. Going back to your point, Brian, after those first couple drives where the Vandal offense was out there and back to the sideline quickly, even though the last drive, of course, didn't come away with points, they've really been able to move the ball. So maybe after seeing this UC Davis defense for a couple of drives, Idaho offense maybe was able to adjust their game plan or see something that they could dial up their strength to.
Without a doubt. I don't think we've had what they call an old 3 and out, to start off a drive this half. So you chop off a couple first downs here, and that's going to put you in a good position here to, at the very least, score a field goal.
First play of the drive coming up for the Vandals. It is a handoff to Eli Cummings, but I keep saying psych. And I'm not saying like it wasn't a good play. I'm saying there's Psych once again making a play.
You're not psyching anybody out. I mean, he's disruptive. He's up the field. He's rushing the quarterback. In this case, he sets the edge and makes a tackle.
That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Vandals coming back with the ball, trying to get closer on the scoreboard before the end of the half. We've got college football for you on a fun night in Moscow. College football on SWX is sponsored in part by Pella Windows, your local windows and doors experts to help make life brighter. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. The Idaho Vandals with the ball, but down 21-7 to 12th ranked UC Davis. Austin Getz, Brian Stranley joining you on the broadcast. Brian, we were just talking about it in the break. It feels like this is a must-score drive for Idaho, even if it's a field goal.
Yes, they got to get something going here, and of course, to start that off, you got to get a first down, and that's job number one.
They ran one play on this drive so far, a run of no gain for Elisha Cummings. They do have all 3 timeouts. Wood fires, and that is in and out of the hands of the defender, Richena. Could have been intercepted, instead incomplete, but now quickly it's 3rd down and 10. And if you can't pick this up and have to punt it away, even with no timeouts, the way that this Aggie offense has been moving the ball, that's dangerous.
Big pressure again from 94. Didn't give him much time to throw on this, and we'll see what Idaho decides to do here. This is, you drop back and pass is incomplete. Now you got to punt it off to him, but you might see something else here. Let's see what happens.
Wood pressured and dropped. Wow, they got into the backfield again, and now the referee signaling like the ball came out. At least that's what the Aggies were gesturing towards. No signal yet.
Looked like it was almost on the
And
recovery
fourth down,
a tie.
yeah.
So, usually ties go to the offense. And I don't think Idaho is in a rush to punt this ball, but they kept the play clock going, so
couldn't tell if that ball came out at the end, and it was actually Darrell Smith-Porter on the sack. They did just rewind the play clock, so
there you go. And I most likely going to try to take this down.
You'd have to snap it
you can.
right about 110 if you don't take a timeout here.
And of course, Coach Ford has got 3 in his pocket. He may want to use one here. Let's see what happens.
He's standing right next to the official here. 3, 2, and there's the timeout signal from Thomas Ford. But now after the sack, Cameron Pope is standing within his own 5-yard line, and you're really going to need him to flip the field here because a short punt will give the ball to UC Davis with a minute left and probably on the north side of that by a couple of seconds.
Yep.
And we already mentioned their kicker, really, if you get it within 45 yards, although we did see him miss, he has the leg for it. Just was wide left on his first attempt.
He had another 8 yards on that, no problem. So after this punt's away, usually, teams will say on the sidelines, well, now we have to go into our hurry-up offense. Well, that's not a problem for UC Davis because they always run tempo anyway, so this is par for the course. They don't have any tight ends, okay, or excuse me, not tight ends, but timeouts. But this is going to be a big drive here in terms of the Idaho's defense slowing them down here. But it starts with great punt coverage. Looks like UC Davis is coming after it.
Pope's first punt, only punt so far of the game, went 46 yards, gets this one away. Line drive kick, backs up the returner all the way to the 40 and up to now the 50-yard line and still moving forward. And UC Davis will have excellent field position with 57 seconds to work with.
Well, he got it off, and Idaho had a couple guys there, but just give credit. Okay,
that's Kalani Riddick.
Riddick with a tough return here, and you're talking about a first down, and you're already in range for sure, but. I think UC Davis is thinking at this point there are other opportunities more than just a field goal attempt at the end of this half.
Correct. You kick a field goal here, it's still a 3-possession lead, but if you get a touchdown and the ball in the second half, things get very, very scary in Idaho's favor. In UC Davis's favor, I should say. They'll start with a handoff here to Jordan Fisher, who finds a little bit of wiggle room, and up near a first down. He'll be short of it, so this clock will continue to roll. We're down to 45 seconds remaining. Again, no timeouts remaining for the Aggies. Quickly back up to the ball. Another handoff. This will pick up the first down, which will momentarily stop the clock with 35 seconds remaining. And now we were talking about it. You might be in at least the distance range of Hunter Ridley, though he did try from 45 and miss wide left earlier in this half. Back to the ball. Pinnock drops back, fires, has his man, and it will be out of bounds for Ian Simpson. So that will be the first real stoppage we have with 24 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they tried to tackle him in bounds. Good job getting out of bounds and put a stop to this clock. And his knee was out, no question about it. That puts a stop to it. And Idaho right now, if they're subbing, we're subbing, and here we go with this to slow them down here a little bit. Those guys jogging off the field are in no hurry. Believe me, that's part of the rules. And they're going to a 3-man pass rush here, and they just don't want to give up the big play at this point.
24 seconds left on the 27-yard line. Pinnock drops back, looks for a lane up the middle. He'll be dropped, and this will start the clock continuing to roll. 15 seconds. Now you probably have to get up and spike it. And that is what they do. And that will also bring up third down now late. And now that will be a penalty. I think Zach Krotzer just drew a penalty hitting the turf late.
I couldn't help but watch Zach Krotzer on this play. This is one of the oldest old school plays of all time. He tried to time out the snap. He dove between the center's legs to actually try to intercept the spike pass. So I don't know what the call is here, but what an effort by Zach Krotzer of trying to intercept the ball between a center's legs as a quarterback is trying to spike the ball down. I'd love to see a replay on this, but I just don't see what the penalty is going to be.
Well, it's a long discussion. I thought maybe the flag came out after Kratzer hit the deck afterwards, and maybe you were talking about some kind of unnecessary roughness, but maybe that play is outlawed in the rule book.
Maybe
Who knows?
it is. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe that is too old school.
Referee Kelly Holman has been having a lot of long conversations in this one. This has been your anything but your typical game. It looks like the conversation now is wrapping up, and here's his call.
Dead ball, unnecessary roughness, number 52 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, still third down.
That is the center, Zaire Collier. So Kratzer,
I don't think he appreciated the fact.
Here you go. Here you get another look at it. Kratzer tried to dive through, and then they get tied up. That's a flop. Sorry, Zach. It worked. It got the desired result. Here's the thing. It is 10 seconds remaining. So if UC Davis is able to get out of bounds, you can get back into field position for a fourth down kick. Now you're at the 43. And that would be a 60-yard attempt from right here. But again, 10 seconds remaining.
This might be an old-fashioned Hail Mary right to the end zone and then give your kicker a chance. Nope.
Thrown over the middle, and that will get them out of bounds. So well designed, and Simpson has been a busy man. That gets it up to the 34, and that'll make it a 51-yard attempt, which would be a career long for Hunter Ridley. We saw him with plenty of leg, but it was this hash that he missed from. From 5 yards closer, he went wide left.
Idaho's got older guys lined up on the other side. As you notice here, they're going for an all-out block. This kick going to come out a little bit low.
The practice attempt that Ridley just hit was right down Broadway. Idaho called the timeout before that, and that will be the Vandals taking a timeout with 4 seconds left here. So
I always wonder what the kicker thinks after that. After he sticks one from 50 and he couldn't have hit any better. It's almost like a perfect golf shot. But they've been there before, and he's a good one. He's one of the best kickers in the Big Sky Conference for sure. And really going into this game, he had only missed one kick. I know he got the one blocked, but he's been a consistent guy here for sure. And, well, I tell you, this is one of those, what Idaho's thinking, this is an all-out, whatever you want to call it, Terminator right or what have you. They're bringing everybody on that side, trying to get a hand up, and if not block it, at least affect this kick.
Ridley 0 for 2 from 50 yards in his career, and it's blocked! After he made it on the first attempt, the Vandals come up. Like you said, Brian, Terminator right or whatever, it does make us a 21-7 score as we head to the locker rooms. Wow. That was something.
Good push. Every time you have a kick, no matter how good a kicker you are, it's going to come out a little bit low. We couldn't tell right off the bat who got a hold of this.
I think it's Sam Brown.
That was Big Sam Brown. He got the left hand up there, and that's really good timing out of Sam Brown. And he's made a couple plays. He's made that. He forced a third down and out on an all-out blitz as well, and those points add up for sure. And a way to go for Idaho here in terms of leaving the half.
Yeah, the difference between being down 2 scores and 3 scores at halftime is monumental. But we'll recap the first half. UC Davis, despite the blocks, still in the lead, 21-7. Halftime here at the Kibbie Dome, 50th anniversary of football in this cathedral of college football. We'll be right back with the halftime show on SWX. Welcome to Halftime on SWX, brought to you by Spokane Colleges and Education Design with life in mind. Vandal Marching Band has taken the field as halftime has descended upon us here at the Kibbie Dome. A 21-7 lead for UC Davis. Once again, Brian Stramley joining you. Brian, let's take a look back at how we got here. It was an action-packed first half, that is for sure, and it has really started. Caden Pinnock and this UC Davis offense has been excellent.
Yeah, they really have. They've marched up and down the field. I mean, they're 270 first half yards, and they didn't even get the ball first on this. Idaho's done a pretty good job of, limiting the big plays, but Batu has been really something else. In fact, he even had some things called back, but he's been a star for him already. What a play here by Josh Wood, and just the big completion here. That gave Idaho some real momentum and really got them fired up here. But this guy looks like already a star in Pinnock. I mean, you talk about a freshman, he's going to get better and better. But he's throwing some yards out there, and 13 to 16, 146 yards, also doing it on the ground, and he's going to be a tough guy to contend with.
Yeah, you mentioned the stats. We'll bring those to you now. Anything that really stands out to you on this one? I mean, to me, it's the fact that UC Davis has really been able to contain Idaho running the football.
I think that's a big deal. And a lot of those yards, you got to remember, is Josh Wood scrambling around as well. I know Nate Thomas had the one that was, a great effort by him on the 17-yarder, but for their traditional run game, they have really stopped Idaho in the rush game, and I think that is something they want to continue. But at the same time, Idaho's got to be in there saying, look, to get back in this game, we have got to be able to rush the ball and set up those big pass plays as well, and Idaho's got to cut down on those penalties for sure.
I think if you're Idaho, the penalties, you're not happy about them, but if you want to take the optimist view, hey, we clean up those penalties and stop beating ourselves, this might be a closer game. So we'll take a break and come back, and more of your halftime coverage coming up here from the Kibbie Dome as it's family weekend here in Moscow. Right? now time to take another look at tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best.
Well, you look at the keys to the game here, going into this, what we thought, and, UC Davis stopped Idaho's run game, and that's awesome. That's been mission accomplished. I mean, there has been Thomas with a great run there, 17 yards, but other than that and some quarterback things, their traditional run game really hasn't gone anywhere at all. So that's a great job for them. They've avoided having to convert a lot of third downs because they've done a good job of staying out of that situation. They're only 1 of 4, but they got to a point where they're getting first downs on 5-6 yard increments, and they haven't put themselves in that situation a lot. Idaho limiting explosive plays. For the most part, they've done that. There's been a couple plays over 15 yards. Looking and kind of revamping that one, it would be they need some explosive plays on defense, some sacks, some interceptions to kind of counter those things. And when Idaho really gets into the red zone, they need to score touchdowns, which is probably the biggest swing that we saw this game. When they thought they have a touchdown and they got down there on the third down or the fourth down, and someone steps out of bounds and they call it back, they got to score touchdowns to stay up with this explosive UC Davis offense.
Those are your Northern Quest keys to the game. We'll take a break and come back with some final halftime thoughts before we get into the second half of this one. It's a 21-7 lead for visiting UC Davis here at halftime. Tune in to SWX next Saturday for more Big Sky football as the Northern Colorado Bears visit the red turf in Cheney, taking on the Eastern Washington Eagles. Kickoff set for 1 p.m. Eagles and the Bears live next Saturday only on SWX, your home for local sports. Well, halftime here at the Kibbie Dome is just about wrapping up. The teams have emerged from the locker room, so we will take a break, come back, and have the second half coming your way. A 21-7 lead for UC Davis, who will get the ball to open the third quarter. This has been Halftime on SWX, which is brought to you by Spokane Colleges and Education Design with life in mind. Third quarter coming up next. College football on SWX is presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. About to start the second half of maybe the biggest matchup in the Big Sky this week. The 12th ranked UC Davis Aggies leading the Idaho Vandals 21-7 as both these teams look for a win to bolster their playoff resume. If you are the Aggies, you are also looking for a win to keep pace and keep on the heels of Montana and Montana State, who both got wins today. If you're the Vandals, you're looking for your second win over a ranked team in as many weeks to try and, again, like we say, make it hard on the FCS selection committee for the playoff when that draw is made in a little while. Still 3 games, I should say 2.5, counting the rest of this one for both these teams. But we are back to the action here at the Kibbie Dome. Austin Getz, Brian Stranley with you as the Vandals kick things away to start the second half. It'll be a touchback where the Aggies will take over. All right, partner, we talked a little bit about it on the keys to the game, but if you're Idaho, what do you need to do to slow down this UC Davis offense? Because they've really been moving the ball well. They're now a missed field goal and a blocked field goal away from really being up 3 scores, if not more.
No question. I think, it's going to come down to, I think, look at back what you had success at in the first half for this defense. And when Court Dennison, he loves to bring pressure. So when he's gonna start putting the pressure on them in terms of bringing 4 or 5 and mixing that up, that may cause the first turnover, and that's the quickest way to switch this thing around.
Caden Pinnock was 13 of 16 in the first half and starts off the second half with another strike to Batu for a big gain up near midfield.
We certainly have called Batu's name quite a bit today, and I don't know what his total yards are right now. He's probably approaching about 140, but when you get that first down, and now you're going to see this hurry-up tempo offense, but it feels like there really hasn't been a true turnover this game, and that is something that would get this Idaho crowd going and get Idaho on the right track.
We go now to the ground, and that'll be a positive play for the Vandals, as that's a tackle for loss. It's Frederick Lujan, who had the sack and forced fumble on the Halloween night game that Cruz Hepburn scooped up and ran back more than 60 yards for a touchdown. First time we've been able to call his name today. Brings up a 2nd and 10. The always dangerous Batu at the bottom of your screen, part of those 2 receiver set. And now we will have some movement before the snap, and this will be a false start, which will back up UC Davis, so that'll help out the Vandals.
Certainly will, and I think it came down to what Isaiah, King was coming. Looks like he was showing a pressure there, and caught UC Davis by surprise. A little bit of a flinch, and now Idaho's in a great position here in terms of 2nd down and 15. If they get a good stop here, 3rd down and long, get yourself out of a drive and get the offense back on there.
Got the left guard, Jace Rodriguez, a little bit early on that one. So now 2nd and long, 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Pinnock fakes the handoff, now escapes out of a tackle from Lujan, but will not escape from Isaiah King, who drops him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, but it's now going to be a 3rd and long, and the Vandals need to get off the field.
It looks like maybe Isaiah King might almost have like the spy on him, and he is a good guy to do it because he covers so much ground. Seems like we're calling his name quite a bit. 3rd down and 13 now. Let's see if we can get Idaho can get a pass rush and get themselves off the field in this situation.
Watch for Batu. He's at the bottom of your screen. He's been the big play receiver all day. 3rd and long. Pinnock calls for the ball. Pressure coming from the Vandals. Escapes it to the right. Now goes up through the middle and gets a good gain, but will be dropped about 7 yards shy. And not a long decision down there. They quickly sent out the punt unit, but as we saw in the first half, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to punt it.
You'd never see 2 fake field goals in a row, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you got to give Idaho a lot of credit there. 3-man pass rush, spying the quarterback. Pinnock's so good, he makes 1 miss and great pursuit. And it looks like Idaho's going to get an opportunity here to shave in this lead and force UC Davis a punt.
Dylan Morrow looking to drop this one inside the 20. Spiraling kick. Nolan McWilliams calls for the fair catch, trying to deke the defense. Oh, what a punt, and great coverage down at the 1.
Cannot do it any better than that, and he put it in a perfect spot. Idaho didn't have their typical return team out there at that point. That was a double safe, I guess you would say, a safe punt to prevent any kind of fake on that. But even though it's a long way to go, mission accomplished for Idaho, getting the ball back to their offense, not giving up any points.
For Morrow, that is the 10th time this season he has dropped an opponent inside the 20. So now the Vandals, they actually move it forward a little bit to about the 3. So that'll help Idaho a little bit, but you have to get this ball off the goal line first. And now we see the Homedale Hammer, Hayden Kinchelow, run straight forward. When you need a yard, you call number 37. He, of course, scored what was the game-winning touchdown in overtime against Northern Arizona last week, which was of a 1-yard variety.
Exactly, super exciting. And he got hit at about the line of scrimmage, but the Hammer kept the feet going there, and every inch down here counts. So a solid gain of 3 to get themselves out of there. Now at this point, Idaho, okay, we're out of there. Now we got to get ourselves a first down.
Yeah, it'd be a long drive. You'd need to go 97 yards in total on this drive to get into the end zone. It's Elisha Cummings now back there with Joshua Wood as the play clock's down to 5. And they turn to give it to Cummings, and he is met immediately.
It has been kind of the story of the first half. There's really nothing in the traditional run game here. And number 15, UC Davis, along with a couple other guys, filled that play right away.
Jackson Sievers came up. We saw him make a great play in pass coverage guarding Cummings. That time he comes up and meets the running back in the hole. So now suddenly it's a 3rd down, and they call it 6 from inside your own 10. And you got to have nothing else, pick up a first down here and make it so you're not having to punt out of your own end zone. Wood drops back. They set up the screen, popped up in the air, and incomplete. Could have been a touchdown. Trent Carrad could not haul it in. Wow.
I think that was...
Syke got his hand on it.
Yep. Syke again, 94, times that out perfectly. Then he goes up and tries to get it, and his own teammate knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah, it was actually Syke who could have had it, and I think Carrad, trying to make a play on the ball, knocked it out.
We're talking about it on the sidelines here, but they're high-fiving themselves too. That's going to be a fun one to watch in the film.
Absolutely, because now you have to have Cameron Pope punt this out of the back of his own end zone. He runs up and puts the boot into this. It'll go over midfield. Only danger now is if you outkick your coverage. And a nice return there from Zach Jones gets UC Davis back on the Idaho side of the field. We'll come back, 21-7 the lead. The Aggies coming back out on offense. Football on SWX is presented in part by your local McDonald's restaurant, proud sponsors of the McDonald's Team of the Week, featured every Friday night at 11:15 on Nonstop Local's KHQ SWX Overtime Show. Really fun time of year for the Overtime Show with both now Idaho high schools and Washington high schools in their version of the state playoffs. For the Idaho teams headed to the quarterfinals, excuse me, the semifinals. Quarterfinals were yesterday and today, while the Washington State tournament brackets will be released tomorrow. Here in Moscow, a 21-7 lead for UC Davis, who takes over after the punt. And looks like they want to go deep. Caden Pinnock sets up, fires, and has his man Ian Simpson, who next to Samuel Batu has been really the only two pass catchers today, Brian. But when you have those two, number 8 and number 0, chunking off as many yards as they are with every time they touch the football, real no need to spread it around that much.
Not at all, not at all. And great protection by their offensive line in that as well.
Quickly back up to the ball, a handoff to Jordan Fisher, who patiently waits and finds enough of a crease to go for 8 yards.
Those big deals now. They're getting in their hurry-up tempo here. It looks like King is staying on the ground right now. I'm not sure what happened on this, but that's going to stop the clock.
Man, and that's not what you want to see if you're Idaho.
He's had a tremendous game, really has. Done a lot of things. And I think he's been one of the guys that has done a great job in spying Pinnock, at least limiting him to some of his scramble yards. But whenever you know, all season really, but watching this game, when the ball is on the field of play, he's around it for sure, and it's good to see him jog it off there.
Absolutely. We'll take a break and come back as Isaiah King gets checked out. We've got a timeout on the field. Today's presentation of college football on SWX is brought to you in part by Granite Concepts. Get your dream kitchen, bathroom, or outdoor barbecue started at graniteconceptsnw.com. Granite Concepts, beauty set in stone. And by Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston. Play, stay, get away. Isaiah King is now just coming out of the Idaho medical tent. We'll keep an eye on if he returns to this game. Meanwhile, it is a second down for UC Davis. A handoff to Jordan Fisher, who stutter steps his way to a first down at the Vandal 10-yard line.
Maybe a little bit short. I'm not sure if he quite made that. It depends on the mark. He's very, very close. Looks like third down and short, and a big, big play here. No question about it. But you got to think Idaho's got to be thinking we got to stop him a couple times. Watch Idaho to bring some pressure here and try to get some penetration and get somebody in the backfield on this for a tackle for loss.
Then like a warrior, Isaiah King is back out there for this third down play. A lot of shifting around on the offensive line for the Aggies. Handoff, Fisher through the middle, first down and more inside the 5.
Yeah, that's a shift you don't see very often. The whole offensive lines go ahead and switch spots, but the bottom line is they're still running power here, and what a nice run there by making the first man miss and getting himself 7 yards.
It feels like you've got the Vandals on the ropes right now. And another touchdown here, still plenty of time left, better part of 8 minutes plus all the fourth quarter. But if you can go up 28-7 here, hard to say you're in anything but the driver's seat. A little toss forward, and it's Dobbins in for another UC Davis touchdown. That was a little bit of a shovel pass forward, and Stacey Dobbins scores his second touchdown of the season. And it's a 20-point lead now for the Aggies with an extra point awaiting.
Lots of misdirection. It seems like every time UC Davis, Coach Plow, he dials up something there, almost like the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Shovel passes, reverses. Tough to defend down there for sure.
Hunter Ridley on for the extra point. He's 3 for 3 on those, despite the 2 missed field goals. One, I should say, is blocked, and that one is good as well. 28-7, UC Davis in the lead. Idaho needs to come up with answers quickly here at the Kibbie Dome. College football on SWX is brought to you in part by Top Dog Plumbing and Drain. Locally owned and operated, our pledge is to bring you unmatched service and expertise for your home or business. Don't settle for a good dog. Go for the top dog. UC Davis Aggies looking like top dogs in this one as they lead 28-7 here midway through the third quarter at the Kibbie Dome in Moscow. Stacey Dobbins with a house call just before the break to put his team up 3 scores. Austin Getz, Brian Stranley joining you on the broadcast here. Brian, it feels like if you're Idaho, you just find the 4 or 5 best plays that have worked for you either in this game or all season, and you just run them over and over and over again.
It certainly does. It feels like they need some spark, they need electricity, and it feels like this drive is a extremely important one if they want to get back in the game.
And they fumble the ball on the kickoff. Popped out of Trace Higgins' hands, and the Aggies are rolling in Moscow. Wow. On the recovery, believe it's Thomas McCormick, the linebacker.
A couple guys from UC Davis really converged on him. put the shoulder right on the ball. Ball pops out. Johnny on the spot, UC Davis. And at this point, we'll see what they do. But when you get a turnover in this part of the field, sometimes coaches tend to want to go for the throat, so to speak, and play action and throw that sucker in the end zone. So Idaho a little bit tired on defense. Okay, they've got to come back and they got to find a way to stop them and give their offense another chance here.
What a play by the kick coverage unit of UC Davis. You remember the only other return that Idaho had in this game was snuffed out at the 1. That was nearly intercepted by Deuce Bledman, snuffed out at about the 15-yard line. That was the opening kickoff of the game. Trace Higgins didn't have another chance to return one until right there, and Deuce Bledman's going to be kicking himself over that one as it was in and out of his hands. Might have popped off of the shoulder pad of Dylan Lane as well.
You'd love to have it back, but good job by coverage by him, and that would have been a nice turnaround for Idaho, but if they can do it there, maybe they can do it again.
Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the third. They go to the ground this time for Fisher, and Jordan Fisher trying to get to the corner, dives, and he's out just short of the goal line.
Boy, he must have stepped out on that. Fisher exploded, another explosive player for UC Davis. Makes him so tough to defend. And he gets to the edge here. Looks like he hit the pylon.
I think it was a nice hustle play by Zach Lustig to keep him out just short. Don't believe they're going to take a look at this, but now Davis has a chance of, I never want to say putting a game away with this much time left, but if you go up 35-7, it's hard to imagine the Vandals, with how the offense has been held in check, have a chance of this one, and we might actually have a Vandal timeout. Looked like it wouldn't be a review. It'll be a Vandal timeout, as you really are making a stand here to try and keep yourself in the game.
Their first charged 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I don't know if Idaho had too many guys out there or just didn't seem ready on this, but you never want to burn a timeout, especially at the 1-yard line. UC Davis has been in this red zone many times, and they've come up with touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. A lot of it has been, so to speak, some razzle-dazzle, shovel, reverses, but now we're talking the 1-yard line. And you got to think Coach Plow is thinking about using his last name here maybe and just lining up and grinding it out at this point. But it's a tall order for Idaho's defense here to stop them, 4 straight times. The best way to do it is to find a way to get a negative play in some sorts here. So I'm sure Coach Dennison here is possibly thinking about bringing a lot of people on this and trying to get an explosive play coming back.
First and goal. It's Fisher in the backfield with Pinnock. Hand off to him, stood up, and actually believe this play will be over before it starts. There's flags, multiple of them on the field. And that would count as a negative play, as you were talking about, Brian. A penalty counts as a negative play as long as it goes against UC Davis. There's a chance it could go against Idaho. We don't know exactly what the call is yet.
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything there. It looks like they played it out, but it looks like they stopped the whistle before the play started. So
our referee, Kelly Holman, once again.
False start, number 75 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Step number
Please
1.
reset the game
Move
clock
off that 1-yard line, get him back to the 5.
7:35.
So it'll still be first and goal. You'll get a look here at the movement. Yeah, just a little bit early there. Looked like
left guard,
yep.
Just a hair early. Just a hair early.
So it backs it up now to first and goal from the 6-yard line. And Pinnock now lining up under center, I believe, for the first time today.
I believe as well.
Turns, hands, Fisher. And I'll tell you what, Matthias McLean didn't get the tackle there, but he was 2 yards in the backfield by the time that ball was handed off. Does go for a gain of about 2, and Dylan Lane came up to clear it off, but that's McLean right there reaching out.
Yeah, he did. He really forced that play. Matthias, one of the most productive, if not most productive defensive linemen on the year. Haven't had a chance to call his name so much this game because Pinnock's been getting the ball out pretty quick, but he certainly helped out that run play with the penetration.
So now second down. And goal from the 4. Direct snap, Fisher, and now this play is stopped before it starts. And another penalty marker on the field.
Looks like that's going to be another false start versus UC Davis.
False start, 0 of the offense, 5-yard penalty. There remains second down.
They got the tight end, Ian Simpson. So that'll back them up even further. Now 2nd and goal from the 9.
Okay, well, they moved him off the 1-yard line slowly. They got him back on the 9 here now. And in terms of Idaho's second, we're getting there. We just got to keep going in that direction.
From the 9. Fake handoff, throw over to Dobbins, and McLean chases him down. Another short gain, but now it's 3rd down.
Great pursuit by McLean there again. Gives him a great chance to get out of this drive, 3rd down and 6. It seems like in these situations, in terms of UC Davis, we've been calling Batu's name quite a bit, whether it's in the run game, shovel passes, reverses, or throwing. So you got to be thinking Idaho is going to be definitely keying on him in this situation.
He breaks the huddle and goes towards the top of your screen. Out there alongside Dobbins. And for the moment, it is Pinnock by himself in the backfield on 3rd and goal. He drops back with time, fires, and has his man Dobbins, but he's dropped at the 1-yard line. Broke the initial tackle, but the Vandals rally to the football, and McLean, who else, gets him down. And now it's 4th and 1. 4th and goal, I should say, from the 1. And UC Davis not electing to kick this here because a field goal would keep it a 3-possession game, which would feel like a win. It would be a 24-point lead. Vandals would need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, but a chance now to go up 4 scores on 4th and goal. Pinnock fakes it, looking for somebody, rolls to his left, trying to win the race, turns back the other way, and the Vandals chase him out of bounds. The defense answers the call.
What a great defensive stand for Idaho. A lot of credit. And I tell you, number 1, we talked McLean's name three plays in a row. But this is a full defensive effort here. The pursuit, I mean, this is almost a yard sale out there. They just didn't give him anything. This is a big reason that Idaho, a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, found a way to stick together, not quit, and find a way to get 2 wins together. That is a tremendous victory and a good example of not quitting on defense there and giving everything you got. So that gave them some hope right here, and this is going to be a big offensive series for Idaho.
It also goes as a 6-yard loss, so it gives the Vandals the ball at the 8-yard line. Here's a fake handoff, fooled me. And here's a big gain on the first play of the drive out to the tight end Chance Bogan.
One of Idaho's biggest play, 2nd biggest play of the game, in fact. And they're dialing up some things here. And you can see Idaho, like a little bit of UC Davis now, as Coach Ford has cranked up the tempo.
Got to at this point. Hand off to Cummings, and just has not been those lanes. But there were one thing about this Idaho offense is they have stuck to the run at times throughout the year, and it has paid dividends with long runs late in games. Now, first one to tell you that those have been in situations where you're holding a lead and trying to essentially use clock. Right now, the clock not really in your favor. We do still have, call it 19 minutes of game time, but the Vandals need to go down the field relatively quickly. You'd love to get a touchdown on the board before the end of the quarter.
That's right.
2nd down, it was a gain of about 4 for Cummings. They go back to him on the ground, and there's a little bit of a hole for Elisha Cummings. Over the 40, down to the 30, and out of bounds. Big plays on this drive for the Vandals as they are down towards the red zone with 4 minutes to play in the 3rd.
Partner, you called it. They've been sticking with it. And a nice thing about it, even though they haven't had a lot of success, when you have a guy like Eli Cummings, when he does break one, it's going to be explosive. I think he runs into a couple camera people over there. Hope he's okay.
He's a whirling dervish down there. And he's getting checked out. I think he's okay, but a hard fall. So for the moment, Nate Thomas is now in the backfield. But it's a first down for the Vandals right at the 25-yard line. Handoff, Thomas, and he stood up after a gain of 1.
Just going back to that play, that's what Idaho needed. They needed to get themselves an explosive play. You can almost feel the crowd back into this now. And now they're starting to enter, not quite the red zone, but in this case, you can think about it, and it's going to be a key here that they convert this into a touchdown, okay, as opposed to, you know, they're obviously not thinking about settling for field goals at this point.
Joshua Wood assembles his men in the huddle. 10 seconds left on the play clock as he's got to get everybody set. Down to 3, down to 2, gets it off in time. Fakes it, sets up the screen the other way. Here's Nolan McWilliams, and he goes forward for a short gain. And that'll bring up third down. Clock still running, under 3 minutes to go in the third. And we actually have a UC Davis player a bit slow to get up, but now to their feet. That was Jaden Stanley, the nickel cornerback.
They've been a little banged up in the secondary. They've done a heck of a job today. You got to give them a lot of credit. They're not short-handed, but they don't have a lot of depth at that position. And might be third down and 7, but you got to be thinking maybe potentially we're getting close to 2 plays to get this first down.
That's Bogan in motion. Wood escapes to the right, throws, and it sails over his target. And incomplete, was looking for Bogan down there. That brings up fourth down, and I don't think the Vandals are going to kick this. Actually, they will send out the field goal unit.
Yeah, number 94 again with the pressure. This time, Big Jacob Side couldn't finish the deal, but it was a good job by Wood, getting themselves a little bit of time, giving them a chance. But again, the coverage held downfield, and it looks like Coach Ford says, you know what, we got some positive momentum going here. We want to put something on the board. Let's knock a 3 ball through here, and hopefully that momentum carries over into the next series for the defense.
Reason for the stoppage, there was a UC Davis player who went down, and that actually is Jaden Stanley. Remember on the previous play, he was a bit slow to get up. After that one, he's now being helped towards the sideline. So the Vandals running on Owen Adams here. We talked about the big kick that he made last week to send the Vandals into overtime, give them a chance to go on and get that win. This is a 39-yard try. He is 5 of 7 on field goals this season. His longest is 44. And he'll kick from the middle of the hashes. Snap down, kick is on the way, and it is no good. And that is tough. Vandals come away without points on that drive. And the field goal kicking continues to be an unfortunate storyline that keeps rearing its head for Idaho this season.
Yeah, UC Davis here, as they look on their sidelines, they are really fired up, but they got the stop here. Just chipped it, shaved it a little bit right. I couldn't tell if the hold was a factor or anything, but here comes a resilient Idaho defense that has given up yardage, but certainly the effort and no signs of slowing down in terms of that and belief, and they found a way, and they got to be thinking maybe turnover here and get the ball back again and give them another chance.
Pinnock is letting it roll deep downfield, intercepted by Caleb Ricks. And he's still on his feet looking for room on the return. Ricks going up the Vandal sideline, popped out of bounds at the 35. You called it, partner, looking around, don't see any flags. This looks to be Vandal football.
It's a game of momentum sometimes, isn't it? And they took a chance down there. What a play. Nice job on the interception. Really no pressure to speak of. Huge turnover. And this certainly helps too, breaking a tackle and returning that interception for a good 25 yards. And now Idaho's got to be thinking maybe take a shot and keep that momentum going here too. Watch the play action for Idaho going up top.
The first career interception from the freshman keeps the Vandals in this game. Just got to get points now. Minute and 41 seconds remaining in the third. For Pinnock, we talked about how efficient he is. The reason for that is he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. That's just his 5th of the season compared to 20 touchdown passes. And the return by Ricks really eliminates the yardage gained on the throw, so not even really a true arm punt situation. Here's a toss, but Elisha Cummings wants to throw it, and he overthrows everybody by a good 10 yards.
You know, I think he might have thrown that one away for the most part. But it's funny, Idaho came out actually in 6 offensive linemen and a tight end, and you can almost feel like, okay, they got something going on here.
That might have been a situation where Matt Linehan relays to Joshua Wood, tell Elisha as if the throw's not there, make sure nobody can intercept it.
Most likely, and he certainly did.
So it just goes as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now for the Vandals. And a little bit of a design quarterback run here for Joshua Wood, trying to get around the corner. Gets about 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and manageable, and got to think that the Vandals, I don't want to say are in 4-down territory from here on out, but as long as you don't lose yardage here, got to remember that missed field goal from right around this down and distance might have them weighing their options.
Just from a number standpoint, they're probably getting pretty close to that situation, and they got to be thinking, you know, most likely at this point they are thinking 4-down territory.
Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Idaho down 28-7, just trying to stay with the Aggies. Just got the turnover, trying to capitalize. Thrown over the middle and in and out of the hands of Nolan McWilliams as Kalani Riddick once again there in coverage, and it's 4th down.
Nice job by Riddick, good coverage. And that was a nice throw by Josh Wood. Couldn't put it in a better spot, but you know, with that tight coverage, makes it a lot tougher catch. And here we go, 4th down. It looks like we're going this time about 5.5 yards. And if it's not there, you got to be thinking Josh Wood may try to get this one with his legs as well.
Always a threat. Ryan Jesiaro, been a while since we called his name, also up there at the top of your screen. Marquand McCraney at the bottom. Wood rolls to the left. He'll take a shot downfield. It is incomplete. It was in Jesiaro's hand for a moment, but Drew Cofield broke it up.
Certainly. And he called it right on the money. There is a late flag. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to affect the play or not. If that gives, if that's a celebration penalty, they just may move that back.
Correct.
But it looked like that was a touchdown, a good throw. Nice job by the DB getting that thing out.
Now, if this flag was after the whistle, after the play, I should say, it'll just affect the yardage. It'll back UC Davis up. It will not give the Vandals a 1st down. Here's the call.
There is no foul on the play.
In fact, we don't have to weigh the options at all. There is no foul, says referee Kelly Holman. Here you get another look at the play made by Cofield downfield.
Good throw, just violent with his hands there in terms of getting that ball out.
And that's a situation that defensive back coach always teach you. Even if your man gets behind you, even if you're quote-unquote beat, just keep raking at that ball on your way down. Just see if you can get it out of the hands and cause a bobble, cause it to hit the turf. That's exactly what Cofield did.
Absolutely.
So it feels like we've changed possession 6 times in the last couple minutes. Here's a handoff that goes nowhere as the Vandals rallied the ball and stopped Fisher in his tracks. And that could bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter if UC Davis doesn't choose to run another play. But we actually do have an injured Aggie offensive lineman down on the field.
Big number 79 there. He's we're checking him out. It looks like that's going to stop the clock, but most likely UC Davis after this will run out the clock and go to the 4th quarter with it.
That's Ernesto Nava down on the field with the trainers. His teammate Mitchell Dixon, tight end, talking with him.
Certainly been a lot of possessions this half.
There has.
Not a lot of points, not a lot of, a lot of possessions, not a lot of scoring, and Idaho's got their chances. It looks like he's going to be okay as they're walking him off, which is always good to see.
But you think about just this 3rd quarter alone, we had the UC Davis touchdown, the Vandal fumble on the ensuing kickoff that led to the turnover on downs on the stand, and then you know, here just a moment ago, you had the Vandal missed field goal, the interception, and then the turnover on downs on the other side.
We haven't seen the punter come out.
We have not.
Often, have we?
Been back and forth like a tennis match in this one.
It certainly has.
Again, clock stopped to tend to the injured player, but they will wind the clock now. And again, the Aggies do not have to run a play here if they so choose, but it looks like they might try and get one more before the end of the third, as we're down to 15 seconds and more than that remaining on the play clock.
They might. Kind of the old thing is now is give them a couple of hard counts here and see if they jump off sides. If they don't, you know, let's run her down and I'll see you at the other side of the field.
And that is exactly what happened. So a lot happening in that quarter, but not necessarily a lot of scoring. UC Davis comes away with the only 7 points. They lead 28-7 with the ball when we come back the fourth quarter here on SWX. College football on SWX is sponsored in part by Dr. C Family Dentistry. Complete care for every smile at every stage. We start the fourth quarter here in Moscow. Nightfall here on the Palouse. UC Davis Aggies with the ball. They lead 28-7 after being the only team to hit the scoreboard in that third quarter that, other than the one touchdown, kind of felt like a lot of a stalemate. But the benefit of getting an early lead, Brian Strandley, is a stalemate or maybe even just a little bit in your favor. Isn't that bad when you're holding on to a 3-possession lead?
Not bad at all. Not too bad at all. You know, Idaho's, you know, probably feels like they're leaving some points out there. They certainly got to be happy how their defense has been playing this quarter, and they're going to need some big plays at them to fight and crawl their way back into this game, though.
It's a 2nd and 10 to start the 4th quarter for the Aggies. Quick throw out to Simpson. Boy, he's been busy today. And spins off a tackler as well. You don't see a lot of people getting out of the clutches of Dylan Lane. Simpson was able to fall forward, though, and get 5 yards.
No, certainly don't. And Dylan, leading tackler on the team right there. Good job spinning and turning 3rd down and 9 basically into the 3rd down and 6. And we know what Coach Dennison has been doing in these situations here, and likes to show a lot of guys up in there and either drop them out of there or bring them, but let's see what the plan is here for him.
3rd down. That's Fisher in motion. Pinnock throws over the middle, tipped up in the air and caught by not the intended receiver, but it works for a big gain. Wow, that's Scott Nixon on the ricochet and makes the catch.
Give him credit, Johnny on the spot, but tough to give. I know what Idaho's thinking. We're not going to give him credit on that one, and not what Idaho wanted there, but certainly UC Davis. And we're getting back into a little bit of a tempo here, so Idaho's got to come back on defense and put him in that same position again.
Gets him across midfield once again into Vandal territory. Handoff. This is Kaiasia forward for gain of about 5.
Yeah, UC Davis is trying to pile up the yardage there in the rush game. It makes them so tough to defend again. We talked about it earlier in the game. And Batu, great running game. Pinnock in there too, and the offensive line has been pretty impressive as well. So they certainly had their job cut out for them so far this game.
Yeah, up to 180 yards rushing. That's right around their average. 187 per game, which is good for 3rd in the Big Sky. That has some great running offenses. This is Caden Pinnock running the football, and he'll have enough for the 1st down.
Design quarterback all the way there for Pinnock. Motion to empty and actually run a little bit of a counter with him. And you see him here pulling 2 offensive linemen, and that's what Pinnock can give you as well.
Great pull block there by Jace Rodriguez, the left guard, coming across and then putting his arm around Matthias McLean. Saying, hey, I got the better of you on that play, partner.
Tough to defend, especially getting in an empty set. You don't expect 2 pullers.
Right.
And the quarterback running up the middle.
Time on UC Davis's side. They'll use most of the play clock here as this one under 12.5 minutes to go. Pinnock looking, firing, got his man right across the middle, and it's Batu again. Upended, but not before he gets inside the 20. And Samuel Batu continues to gash this Idaho defense.
It's piling up the yardage for sure. And Pinnock goes sidearm on that one and throws a dime right in his chest and makes a guy miss. And back in that red zone here for UC Davis.
$10 on the play clock. Pinnock drops back again. Throws, intercepted! They went one too many times to the pass through the air, and Hayden John has the pick.
Huge play by Hayden. I tell you, play action. Pinnock's mad at himself. I could tell by he's walking off the field. He wish he had that one back. Gives Idaho another burst of energy and gives them a chance here. So at 11 minutes and 35 seconds to go, you got to be thinking 2 things. A long, sustained drive is probably going to burn too much clock. What a job by him jumping up and putting that down. And watch for Idaho here to tempo and possibly take some shots downfield.
Another player with their first career interception after Caleb Ricks had it on the last Aggies offensive possession.
Terrific catch.
Joshua Wood lets it rip deep downfield, squeezes it into coverage, and Marquand McCraney with 2 defenders around him gets it across midfield.
Catch by McCrane and a good throw by Wood. That was actually almost, for the most part, into double coverage. If that ball wasn't thrown perfectly, Okay, you're probably looking at an interception there, but you can't put this in a better spot. Little heads up there to the offensive line, too, giving them time.
Wood now rolling to the left, escaping a pass rusher, now cuts back into the middle and falls down. A positive play of 3 yards. Nobody open downfield that time. As we're under 11 minutes to go, so like you were mentioning, Brian, you can't take too much time on this drive because you're still several stops or onside kicks or however you get the ball back in your hands from really threatening the Aggies' lead.
Yeah, you see, Idaho put up the tempo here a little bit.
Get another look at the catch from McCraney.
Great protection. You can't put it in a better spot.
Wood, well protected, gets it out to Cummings, spins off a tackle. This is where he's dangerous, in the pass game, in space. And Elisha Cummings up to the 35-yard line and another first down for the Vandals.
That's what Eli Cummings always gives you. He's always a threat to break something big. Even though right here, you know, they wrap him up, you're talking a 2-yard play, takes a 2-yard gain into about 12.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Wood throws for the sideline, and that one is incomplete. Looking for Ryan Jesiaro on the sideline. Remember that great toe tap that he had back in the first quarter. Not quite able to haul this one in.
Again, you get a little pressure there by Big 94, Jacob Sykes again. Been calling his name quite a bit today. Quite a bit.
For good reason. Exactly 10 minutes remaining in this one. Vandals need to get into the end zone to have a chance at a comeback that nobody would forget here in Moscow for a long time. Wood sets up, fires for the end zone, might have a man, it's Graves! And it's a touchdown, Idaho!
What a play there, what a throw again, and a great job. It looks like maybe UC Davis's defensive line is getting a little bit tired too, but give the Idaho offensive line some credit there. You haven't seen Wood be able to sit back there, pat the ball a couple times and let him fly with nobody in his face. Great coverage, great catch, just what the Idaho needed there.
Again, you talk about Michael Graves, now 5 receptions on the year, 3 of them for touchdowns, including 2 in this game. Extra point is up and through, and the Vandals not done yet. Still almost 10 minutes to go. They trail by 14. We'll come back. Joshua Wood is hooked up with Michael Graves for the second time tonight. College football on SWX is brought to you in part by Surf Pro of Spokane County. If your home or business is ever damaged by fire, water, or an unexpected incident, trust the pros at ServPro of Spokane County to make like it never even happened happen. Well, don't go away just yet. We still have almost 10 minutes to go, and thanks to that man's second touchdown tonight, it is a 28-14 lead for UC Davis. Austin Getz, Brian Stranley joining you on this one. And Brian, you got to think if you're the Vandals, never want to have the ball in your opponent's hands when you're trailing, but the way that your defense has performed, really outside of one drive in this second half, you got to feel decently well about your prospect of getting another stop, getting the ball back.
They're finding a way to get it done, and they got to do it one more time here.
But first they'll look for a kick return and a big hit, but it's out to about the 22, 23-yard line. So that is where UC Davis will take over. Caden Pinnock, first interception, really kind of worked as an arm punt before the long return. You take a shot downfield, not that bad. That last interception is one that's going to be tough to watch in the film room. Just wasn't able to see Hayden John kind of in that robber coverage, and he gets the interception. So you got to think now, if you're going to the air, he's going to be incredibly selective with the throws he's going to make.
Most likely, and he was certainly upset with himself after he let that one go. Watched him on the sidelines, but he's a competitor, and it's going to be you can't count on him to throw another one of those.
So you're not expecting 3 runs right into the middle of the line and just expect to run the clock out in this one, but you got to think they're not going to go entirely up tempo. Vandals defense stops that for no gain on first down.
That's a good start there, right there, number 21. Get a good fill on that. And Idaho, they played a lot of snaps here on defense, but you can tell their energy is great. And they've played a good job here in the second half, and now they got them in a second long situation.
Pinnock taking his time. And another handoff. Here's Fisher. This one's much more productive run, but it will get it into third down.
Yeah, Zach Krotzer's really trying to still ask for a holding call. He's asked 3-4 times. He's not going to get it. But the good news is we're looking at 3rd down and 5. And let's see what Coach Dennison has in mind here on 3rd down and 5. And this crowd is certainly into it. It's going to make it a little bit tougher for UC Davis.
Fisher now with 17 carries on the evening. Third down, they go back to him, and he's met by Krotzer. It's a gain of 1, but it is 4th down. And here comes the Aggie punt unit.
Huge play by Krotzer, and a little surprising on 3rd down and 5. They go back to the inside zone play, but Krotzer with a big play there, force him into 4th down and 4. Here we go.
Been a long time since we've seen Dylan Morrow out there for UC Davis. Remember, the last punt he had was down inside the 5. This one, he's looking more of the distance than the touch. Runs into it, puts that right foot into a spiraling kick, fair caught at about the 25-yard line. That's where the Vandals will take over, trying to mount a comeback. 8 minutes to go in this one. They trail by 2 scores here on SWX. Welcome back. Taking some look around the scores around the Big Sky. That top result was really the most interesting of the day. Eastern Washington nearly pulling the upset over second-ranked Montana, but the Grizz hold on. Montana State handles Weber State easily. Sac State getting the win over Portland State. And then also Idaho State, the Bengals coming up with another win over Cal Poly in Northern Arizona. Wins by 39 at home over Northern Colorado after losing to this Idaho team at home in Flagstaff last week. We're back here at the Kibbie Dome, where there's 7 minutes and 52 seconds remaining, and the Idaho Vandals have started to make a comeback for the moment. Here's a first down completion out to Elisha Cummings. It goes for 2 yards. Vandals need to go quick. They got a score on their last drive, a long reception to Michael Graves, and then a quick stop, a 3 and out. Maybe the first we've seen all day to get the ball back, and they have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, UC Davis had Graves, 2 guys on him on that time. They went him right down the middle, and they were going to let that happen again, or try not to.
Second down. Wood pressured, throws, and has got his man. No, Jesiaro, I think it came out late. And Ryan Jesiaro looks to be shaken up.
Yeah, good coverage by UC Davis there. And, looks like a catchable ball. Wouldn't have been for much. A rare blitz by UC Davis here. Actually bringing 5. Offensive line did a decent job. They did call that incomplete, correct?
They did.
They did? Okay. I don't know if he had the elbow down there or not yet, but hopefully he's okay here as the trainers are checking him out.
Yeah, Ryan Jesiaro, a guy who's battled injuries throughout this season, so we'll hope that he's all right. And while they take a look at him, we step away. This portion of the game is brought to you by Perfection Tire and Auto Repair. Nobody beats perfection. Wideout Ryan Jesiaro was eventually able to get to his feet and with the help of the trainers get to the sideline, but he is being checked out in the medical tent. Not sure if we'll see him again today. So meanwhile, the Vandals have a 3rd down and 7 here with just over 7 minutes remaining as they try and continue this comeback effort after scoring to make it a 14-point game and then getting the ball back. Got to pick this one up here, obviously 4-down territory. Wood drops back, lets it rip deep, wants Graves, and this one sails over everybody. And as you mentioned, it was double coverage there over the big play receiver who's averaging over 50 yards a catch.
Even bringing 6 guys on a blitz, they found a way to put somebody over Graves. You can't blame them, right? So it looks like it's going to be go time here in terms of 4th down and 7 from their own 26-yard line. And Coach Ford says it's time to roll and get this thing. We're going to find out if we're going to find a way to get this thing done.
7 minutes remaining in this ball game. Wood escaping pressure, runs right, throws, got his man, Nolan McWilliams. And the drive will continue on a 1st down catch.
Great job by Josh Wood extending that play. He had immediate pressure there, bought enough time. Keeping his eyes downfield, throws a strike and moves the chains.
Fresh set of downs. Throws is nearly intercepted. That was caught, though, by Marquand McCraney. A full diving effort by Jaden Stanley, but it was able to get to the intended target.
UC Davis taking their time substituting guys in this situation, too.
Turnabout's fair play.
Turnabout's a little bit of fair play. They're in no hurry and trying to burn every second they can off that clock.
6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining as Wood takes the snap. Throws, caught, McCraney. That'll be a 1st down.
Time might be somewhat of a factor in this game, but if you got to think about it, the biggest factor is marching down and getting yourself a score in this situation, and Idaho's doing a good job. They still have 2 timeouts, plenty of time left.
Throws, this is Graves, makes the catch. Just shy of a 1st down, but it is a gain in 8 or 9 yards. That's the only time you'll see Michael Graves make a catch that isn't racing down the middle of the field towards the end zone.
No question, and it was a good one. He's a big target out there at 6'3", 215.
2nd down. Joshua Wood steps up, finds a little bit of room. He's got the 1st down, spins off a tackler down near the 20.
Until it hits 5 minutes, that clock is going to keep marching. A nice shot by Wood there, marching, and you can see UC Davis on defense. They've had to play a lot of snaps this half, so they're getting a little bit tired as well.
Fresh set of downs. Wood, well protected, now escapes the pocket to the right. Still looking. Now he'll take off and run towards the sideline about 5 yards, and that'll stop the clock with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining. Now, if you're the Vandals, if you can get in the end zone quick enough, as the clock does actually restart, if you're the Vandals, if you can get a score quick enough, you don't have to think about the onside kick yet. You have your 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout, and you can just trust your defense, who've been playing excellent, really outside of 1 drive all half.
Yeah, absolutely right, partner. Not even close. They score here, they're going to play defense, and we've done a great job at it this half, and there's still plenty of time. Job 1, get it in the end zone.
2nd down after the short carry by Wood. Surveying the field, throws this one incomplete as the pressure was applied by the UC Davis defensive line.
Smart job throwing that ball away, stopping the clock. Not taking a sack is huge in these situations, and very good decision by Wood, knowing he has 2 downs to get this 1st down.
Darrell Smith-Porter there applying the pressure for the Aggies. So now a 3rd down and 7. As we've established, it's 4-down territory for the Vandals. Elisha comes back in the game, back in the backfield. Wood sets up, fires, looking for his man in the end zone, and no flag. Home fans, home sideline wanted one. I wonder if they ruled this ball was uncatchable. It was Joseph Vinup, I think, was the intended target here for the Vandals.
Let's take another look at it. I'll tell you what, it is initially good coverage. 9 times out of 10, I got to tell you, you would expect a flag on that one, though, nowadays. And Coach Ford is probably agreeing with us up here in the booth.
I believe it was actually Trenton Swanson on the attempt there. All right, 4th and 7 here. Vandals need this one. They were able to convert on a 4th down earlier in the drive. Joshua Wood sends it over to Elisha Cummings, who tries to turn on the afterburners and gets the 1st down.
What an effort by Elijah Cummings. I tell you, the protection was great, number 1. And Josh Wood was certainly patient. Puts it on him, And you can see that electricity right there. That looked like similar play last week when he scored, almost scored on that last touchdown. But what a huge pickup here.
Under 4 minutes to go. And a 1st and goal after the pickup. Here's Wood, well protected again, fires! And broken up in the end zone on tight coverage there by Drew Cofield, who had the great pass breakup in the other end zone back in the 3rd.
Vital right here, as we well know, that Idaho puts that in. I tell you, it's nice with UC Davis here, just watching them sub guys in and out, because it's nice to have 8 defensive linemen that can play, that you can count on. If you're getting Jacob Syke out of there and giving him a blow, you know whoever's coming in for him can certainly play too. But Idaho take the time on this one. They got to get it in.
2nd and goal. Wood throws for the comeback route, incomplete. McCraney just wasn't quite there on the timing route.
No, look like the timing was off. They look like we put him in a good spot there and just didn't get the head around quick enough.
So now it'll be 3rd and goal. And I wonder if maybe you think about a run or maybe a quarterback draw here just to get you closer on the 4th down attempt, if not score. We know that both Cummings and Wood are dangerous enough with their legs to score from 10 yards out.
Certainly a possibility.
3:33 to go in this game. Wood drops back and now looks for room, trying to escape the defense, and somehow escapes again. Wood cut down at the 5-yard line by Kalani Riddick.
What an effort by Jacob Wood. 3 guys basically avoiding 3 almost free rushers here. Buying time looking downfield. I don't know how he got out of this one. He did a great job. Good tackle by number 1.
Great
secondary.
Open field tackle. And now it's 4th and goal with the clock running under 3 minutes. This is the ball game right here.
Looks to be in Idaho. You know, you think, why weren't they hurrying up? Why aren't they hurrying up? They know the importance of this play. They want to get it right.
And Tim Plow actually is going to call a timeout to make sure his defense is aligned. It was the first timeout taken by the Aggies in the 2nd half. So now each team will have 2 timeouts remaining. So you got a 4th and goal from the 4-yard line coming up here for Idaho. You get in, you're still probably not in onside kick territory, because that 2-minute timeout is so valuable. It helps Idaho, it hurts UC Davis in this context.
It certainly does. That will be a decision. That's not quite a coin flip in some cases, but you wouldn't be surprised either way what they do. Of course, job one is to get this thing in. And you know, Coach Plow there, I think he wants to get everybody set, but I think he's giving them some water in this case too, and letting those guys rest up a little bit. This will be an interesting call for Coach Ford in Idaho. It seems like, you know, it seems like Josh Wood has been really effective moving him out of the pocket, and might see something where he's trying to get him out of the pocket, gives him that run pass option to try to punch this thing in.
So here we go. 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. Idaho's playoff hopes might rest on this play. Here's the snap. Wood fires, end zone, intercepted, and ran back. This is Stanley, who has an entourage, and he will take it all the way for a Aggies touchdown to ice it. Wow.
That's the biggest swing you could possibly have there. And, you know, I don't see any flags.
Yeah, we do have some behind the play.
I don't
but
know
they
if that's
came
somebody's
after
helmet
the,
off. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I believe the flags came out after the interception. We also have an official who threw his hat down as another penalty marker. But for the time being, by that play by Jaden Stanley, even if it takes the interception return for a touchdown off the board, you're likely looking at Aggie ball no matter what.
So multiple penalties on this. Let's see how Referee sorts it out, but it did appear that it was, unfortunately for Idaho, that it was after the interception.
Thomas Ford Jr. looking for the explanation. Here's our referee, Kelly Holman, once again.
These calls don't get any bigger in these situations.
The Vandal defense is currently on the field, so I believe they've been told that this will be UC Davis football. All right, here's Kelly Holman.
After the interception, personal foul, number 35 of the intercepting team took his helmet off. The foul will be half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down, UC Davis.
So not only does it wipe out the interception return for a touchdown, it wipes out a lot of the yardage.
Certainly does.
As they got Darrell Smith Porter for taking his helmet off. Oh yeah, he took his helmet off in the middle of the play. I think he might have thought that Stanley was going to kneel it in the end zone. Not sure exactly what the call was, or the reason for taking the helmet off was there.
Looks like his chin strap got dislodged, but even at that, can't take that helmet off. And
either way,
the interception does count.
Like we mentioned, yes, Aggie football. They'll take over at their 9-yard line. But now you got to think the hopes have been dashed here of a Vandal comeback unless there's some kind of turnover, a fumbled handoff, a fumbled exchange here.
Assuming they can stop them on 3 snaps here, on 3 plays.
They just mentioned that the flag was actually of the unsportsmanlike conduct variety. That will be the first against Smith Porter, so he'll be able to remain in the game should the Aggies defense return to the field.
If Idaho can't stop them on 3 straight plays and the clock is running, you're looking at now the 2-minute warning. So Idaho potentially can still get the ball back with about 1:50 to go here.
Last drive I mentioned that UC Davis wasn't just going to run it up the middle 3 times, and then they did exactly that. They start off the drive doing that as well, and a quick timeout taken by the Vandals.
Most likely that's what they're going to do in this situation for sure. So this is your clock management stuff here. So obviously, but it's pretty easy, you know, as far as the decisions go in terms of Idaho. They're going to call another timeout if they can get a stop here, and that's going to be their last timeout. Most likely UC Davis will run the ball again. If Idaho can stop them, that means 2-minute warning. That's when UC Davis punts. Makes it a tough situation for Idaho, but all hope is still not lost. But job 1 and 2 now at this situation is you got to stop them from getting the first down.
Going back to the interception for Stanley, his first of the season, comes in an absolutely enormous spot. Would have liked to have his first interception accompanied with the first touchdown of his career, I'm sure, but
he ran a long ways.
He did.
Certainly did. So obviously there's no secret to this. I don't see Pennick dropping back and throwing. You know they're going to run. Idaho knows they're going to run. They're going to load up to stop it. Whether they can get it or not, that's going to decide on whether they get the ball back.
They have both tight ends in as almost fullbacks.
Gratzer wanted another penalty there.
Handoff, short gain. That will get it into a 3rd down situation. So the Vandals just used their final timeout with 2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. We'll stop once again once we hit 2. Talk about UC Davis a minute, Brian. It's a defense that was really on its heels for most of that really back half of the 3rd quarter. As the Vandals got the score, they get the ball back, they're driving down the field. They get all but 4 yards from scoring again, and you come up with an interception, first caused by the defense. There also was the Idaho fumble on the kick return, but just sometimes the bend don't break or making timely plays. The yardage doesn't matter if the drive ends in a turnover, so just got to give credit to the Aggie defense and the defensive coordinator, Matt Coons.
Yeah, certainly, they've yielded some yardage. It seems like those red zones, though, when you can get turnovers, you can get stops. And Idaho's done the same thing in the second half. Credit for them. But it seems like this game has been played right in the middle of the field this second half quite a bit. And this play here is going to determine whether Idaho gets one more chance or not.
Yep. It's 3rd down and 3. We see that shift up front of all the linemen for UC Davis. Handoff, Fisher bounces off tacklers. He's got the first down. The clock will stop at 2 minutes, but after that, we're nearly in kneel down territory as the Aggies are going to leave Moscow with a win.
Yeah, that's pretty much, unless there's a fumbled snap or some of that situation, that's going to do it.
Take a break, come back. 2-minute timeout here. Aggies up 28-14. Tonight's player of the game brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Findlay. Had a few different candidates, but we decided to give it to the playmaker, Samuel Batu Jr. Brian, I have him for 7 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Also 4 carries for 44 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he was explosive all day long in the end zone, scoring touchdowns, run game, pass game. And, you know, when you have a guy out there like that, you have to commit some guys to him as well, and that helps open up the run game for him. And what a game out of him and this explosive UC Davis. It's kind of pick your poison at times, you know, when you have a great running game, a great passing game, and a guy like that out there that's electric. It's tough to key on anybody, so certainly deserving of it, though.
Talking about this Aggies team, next week they got a big one, and congrats to them for not looking past this game, because they have to go to Bozeman next week to face the 3rd-ranked Montana State Bobcats. That is going to be an electric game between these two teams, and then they wrap up the season with their rival, Sac State, November 22nd. That is a home game for them, so they have one more chance to play at home, as second kneel down brings us to 3rd down. Meanwhile, for the Vandals, they go to Sacramento State next week, and that is their final road game of the regular season, and they close things up here with the in-state showdown with Idaho State, November 22nd. We'll have that one here for you live on SWX. But as they're kneeling this clock out and getting ready to probably have to take one more knee. Brian, just some closing thoughts on this game and what we saw here today?
Well, I tell you, a lot of, talking UC Davis here, again, it's that up-tempo offense. That's going to be tough for anybody to defend. And that goes for Montana State, who's really rolling there in the Big Sky Conference. And, I tell you, he's not the player of the game, but he certainly was close. Pennick, they have a quarterback for the future, without a doubt, that is poised and in control. And credit to, Idaho coming back, from a few weeks ago, finding a way to win a couple. And you saw that same spirit when they fought all the way to the end in this one. And a tired defense was able to slow down this powerful UC Davis offense. So one heck of a game, and kind of decided in the red zone who could score the touchdowns and who could have finished them off.
Absolutely. So that'll do it for us here today on SWX. For my broadcast partner, Brian Strandley, for our entire SWX broadcast crew that's been hanging out with you here at the Kibbie Dome, I'm Austin Getz saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week as Eastern Washington takes on Northern Colorado here on SWX. But this one goes in the books, a 28-14 win for UC Davis, who improved to 6-0 against Idaho since they returned to the Big Sky Conference. I'm Austin Getz saying thanks for joining us. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time on SWX.